There we go, we're good. I noticed this, yeah, there must have been the Windows update had reset all of my audio devices again back to defaults because it did to me in Discord. I'm actually here now. I was talking right after the raid came in, and then I realized I wasn't actually making any noise. How was stream though, Samurai? It was perfect timing. I just switched off the starting stream screen. That was perfect. How are you doing? How was stream? What were you up to? Well, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a game I've never actually gotten around to ever playing, but I've always been kind of interested in. I'm not a Zelda fan either, but I've always been kind of interested in Breath of the Wild and thinking it might be quite fun. So I don't know. There we go, do the big shout out as well. How was stream? Thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it, man. Very kind of you. Great way to start off stream, eh? Yeah, literally, like right as you came in, I just done the scene transition. It was like perfectly timed. It was amazing. I don't think I've seen a more perfectly timed raid for a long time. It's a good game. Maybe I'll have to check it out, you know? Maybe I'll have to finally do it. Could be now. Could be the time to do it when I, you know, when I next feel like playing something new and I don't have anything to play. Maybe I'll have a look. But I know there's loads to do, isn't there? There's loads and loads and loads of stuff to do, so certainly will keep me busy for a long time. I know that much. Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time with it. Looking for shrines. Ah. Are you trying to do like 100% completion on the game or anything? Trying to go through and do everything? Or more of just a playthrough for fun and seeing where the wind takes you? Because with a lot of big games these days, I've found I end up doing a lot of just full-on trying to go for full completions on things. I'm a bit of a person for doing that. You know, I'm a bit of a fiend for getting a 100% completion on games these days. So I've started doing a lot of like previous games that I played that I never finished achievements on and stuff, and trying to go through and finish them all off. We're doing the whole Fallout series over the last little while, trying to get all the achievements finished in all those games. So
embrace democracy, or you will be eradicated.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I need to change my sound alerts thing over real quick. Hang on. That's why. There we go. It should work properly this time with no echo. I hadn't changed my setting over because I was too busy trying to fix the mic. Where the wind takes me, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a fun way to play games, just kind of vibing along, isn't it? Oh, I'm really glad you had a good time, though. And thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it, man. That's very kind of you. And I will do my best to take care of you and your folks while we play some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet today. Doing our Monotype challenge continuation. Which we'll be starting a new run today. The fighting type is what we're doing today. So we'll be getting onto that fairly shortly. We'll get going with that. It should be a good one, I think. There's a lot of good options in fighting, so we'll see. And Maximum, thank you for the sound alert as well. I appreciate it. Welcome into you and Oreo as well, who were here just before the raid came in. So thank you to you guys for being here, and anyone else who's lurking away. I appreciate you all very much. And thank you for being here. We'll get going in just a few minutes. Yeah. Gonna make dinner and lurk? No worries, of course. Make sure you go take care of yourself, do your post-stream self-care stuff, do everything you need to do, and we will see you when we see him, okay? Feel free to lurk away and do whatever it is you want to do. And, you know, make sure you take care of yourself, though. That's the primary thing. You and anyone who came in on the raid, make sure you take care of yourselves. You know, you might have been sat around for a long time. Even if it's just going up and having a quick stretch, you know? Go look after yourselves. Make sure you take care of that health, you know? Don't want to get DVT or anything like that from sitting around too much. Hi, Bol. How are you doing? Hello to you. It's an early Bol appearance today. How are you, Bol? Hope you're having a nice Sunday today. Mate, this heat. I understand that, Bol. It's gnarly, and it's like 22 here right now, which isn't too bad, admittedly, but it's still really warm. So it's just it lingers It just lingers in the air. It's just that the air is hot. That's the problem. Let's get that song. I'll be lurking as well. Work has been a lot this week. No worries, Maximum, of course. Feel free and have a good time lurking away. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, enjoy your lurk. Good, thanks. How about yourself? I'm doing okay, you know. Doing alright. Not much to complain about, really, I don't think. Done some more grinding on Legends Arceus this week, which has been good for that side of things. So we're getting close to being able to dump all the Pokemon from that game into BDSP to make the challenge like more possible. The only other thing was that you know, yesterday I was very sad yesterday when I found out that my one of my sports teams fumbled in a must-win game at the end of the season, so they don't get to qualify now for the next round of the competition they were in, which is unfortunate because they quite frankly lost the game they should never have had any business losing, and it was awful to watch. But no, it's been a decent weekend though, apart from the, you know, the heat, which I suppose is a double-edged sword, isn't it? It's nice. It's kind of, it's nice to have the heat because it's just nice to, you know, it's nice to go out in the sun every once in a while and get blasted down by the sun. It's just nice to be outside when it's warm. At the same time, bloody awful most of the time because no AC or anything like that, and it's humid as hell, and it's just gnarly inside. Hi Nitty as well, welcome in. Weeps in 36 degrees, mate. 36 would kill me off, I think, at this point if I was hit by 36 right now. That'd be enough to bloody put me in the ground, mate. 6 feet under, that would be. I wouldn't be able to handle that. 36 degrees, crikey. That sounded very Australian. That's a very Australian word, isn't it? Crikey, I feel like. You only ever hear Australian people say that word. Yeah, 36 is just crazy, man. I can't go with that. 36 degrees, bloody hell. How do you do it? How do you do it is what I don't know. Hello, Eternal, how are you doing? Unusual to see you at this point, Eternal. I haven't gone for a BRB yet, so I'm surprised to see you. Usually, you know, you wait for that BRB and then you're straight in there, but I haven't gone for one yet, so I'm surprised to see you. It's a shocking early reveal, though. Welcome in, you two. I hope you're doing good. How are you, Eternal? I hope you had a nice weekend and have done some fun stuff. Hanging out with your friend the other day, who you convinced to come into stream as well. So thank you for that. I do appreciate it. So actually, surprisingly, that's a funny thing. I'm an idiot. I haven't done the saves. Hang on. Let me switch back to the labs. I haven't done the Pokemon Home yet. I forgot to do the transfer and delete the save file. Give me a minute. Let me do that real quick. I completely forgot that I needed to do that. Give me like 2 minutes and then we can actually start. Sun is a deadly laser and I hate it. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. You know it's summer though, don't you? The world's let us know that it's summer. It's like, you know what, let's just go and blast everybody with obnoxious amounts of heat. You know? Now we just have to suffer. Right. No, I want to connect to... Yeah, Scarlet. Just wanted to pop in early because I got to leave in about 15 minutes. Ooh, what are you up to, Eternal? You do anything fun? What are we up to? Going out and doing something? What are we doing? I think that's all I need to do is move them across. That's weird. Where's everything else gone? That's a bit strange. So the shinies are still in the box, but that I've just dragged across, but none of the other Pokemon from the save file appear to be in the box anymore. So the only thing left are the shinies. What? What happened? What in all manner of things has happened here? Let me just reopen Scarlet a minute to make sure that it's transferred them across and whatnot. Yeah, I hope you have a good time whatever you're up to, though. Surprised you remember them? Yeah, I got... It doesn't always happen, right? Because sometimes, you know, I make a miss every now and then. But I'd like to think that I've got a pretty solid memory. You know, I got a solid memory. I'm pretty good at remembering things. You know? So... I remember that one. You came in, you told me that you, you know, you knew about your friend. And that you'd, like, recommended to come into stream. Or something along those lines. I don't remember. Something about stream and them. Or you'd mentioned that you were watching me or something. And they, like, said they'd come in stream or something. Don't know how long ago that was, to be honest. That was a little while. That's weird. The other Pokemon are still there now. Maybe you can't back transfer them into home for some reason. That's odd. Okay. Well, now let's go and do the deletion of the file then. So hard. So going to a baseball game, I'm guessing you mean, and not a basketball game. But there you go. Yeah, stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated. Gotta be careful. Everyone's got to stay extra hydrated today, alright? You've all got to be on the ball with that hydration. I'm gonna be making sure that we have regular hydration stops along the stream. When we do BRBs, we're going for hydration breaks, alright? Make sure you all have some water and stuff handy. Yes, hydration is mandatory. Exactly, Nee. You are correct. You don't have a choice. Think of the hydrate bowl. Perfect timing. I actually don't have water right now. Well, I do, but I'm drinking something else first. I have an orange tango on the side. Tell you what, though, I don't know what it is. Orange stuff these days. Very weird. I get a really weird, like, reaction in my mouth whenever I eat orange things these days. Don't know. It's very weird. Very strange. Let's keep the music on for a minute. Expected everyone to jump on it. Me too, actually. I thought they were. I thought everyone was going to be in there, mate. Fighting type. Is what we're doing this time, if I remember rightly. Our first Pokemon, we can actually get one of the stars. We just can't use it until it's evolved. I think twice. Fighting is orange, isn't it? So do we have orange hair? I don't see an orange option here. Uh-oh. Oh, that Scarlet's kind of... I think that's the closest we're going to get, is that Scarlet color. At least one of us has a good memory. I like to think I have a pretty solid memory in the grand scheme of things. Not always. Sometimes I forget things, like everybody. You know, I'm only human. But I tend to have a fairly sharp memory when it comes to things like that. So. Orange. So why is that orange eye color but not? Weird. That's as close as we're going to get, I think, to orange for the hair. There's no, like, ginger option, strangely, so... Yeah, you make sure you take care of yourself, though, Eternal, alright? I appreciate you taking the time to pop in and say hi, though, my dude. It's nice to see you. Yeah, thank you for that. And I hope you have a good one. Just go around punching while Pokemon yourself, that's fighting, right? Yeah. Get the old knuckle dusters out, you know? And then just start cracking people. Easy. Yeah, getting as close to boxing glove color, yeah. Yeah, kicking small birds, mate, yeah. We're going to be in. Speaking of birds, that's going to be our first Pokemon, actually, that we're able to use is going to be a bird. Particular type of bird, actually, that one. Pause that. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a bit of audio crackle on the game there on the Switch. I don't know why as well, but all of a sudden, more recently, the game audio has become really quiet in this game. And I don't know why. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. I feel like the audio has become really quiet. Anyway. We are going to be getting a bird as one of our first Pokemon, though. It's going to be very exciting, because it's going to be the return of a legend as well, not just a bird. A legendary bird. Pokemon that has a fearsome reputation here in stream for its exploits in the past. And it's going to be really nice to have them back on the team, because we've missed them. We've missed them dearly. Well, our boy's coming home. Just you wait. Skip through all this crap. Yeah, fighting type should be an interesting one as well, because we're basically going to have, I think, one special attacker. Oh yeah, you're right, Bo. There is no game. Oh, hang on. I know why. Give me a second. There we go. I mean, my music wasn't working either. I bet it does, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, my there's a thing that happens every once in a while when a Windows update happens, I've noticed, where I don't know if anyone else gets this. Did you ever have it in Discord where your audio settings get reverted? So like if you have a mic up, it will change it back to default. It does that on OBS as well. So like when there's a Windows update sometimes, it will just randomly revert the mic back to default and the speaker, like which speakers it picks up on to default, which is nothing. It happened right at the start of stream where you could see my PNG was, you know, glowing for me talking, but there was no sound. But it's because I was talking, it was picking it up on Fuji Tech, but there was no sound coming out of the mic. It's very annoying. Thank you though, Bob, for letting me know. I do appreciate it. Won't be able to use one of our mons till it gets to its final stage. Yeah, I believe our starter we aren't allowed to use till its final form, because I think Quaxwell in the middle is still pure water. It isn't water fighting. So I think we can only use it in third form. However, though, it makes up for it because we have a pretty solid proxy starter. And when I say pretty solid, I mean goated, incredible mon that is just going to be insane. So we're going to get something really good right at the start, and it's going to be kind of insane. And if you weren't here, it's going to be a callback all the way back to one of the first runs we did. So it's going to be very interesting. So if you weren't here for those, you might not have experienced what you're about to see today. But a legend is about to come back today. That's what's going to happen. A legend of the monotype, you know? The mon, the myth, the legend. Yeah, exactly. I like that, Bowl. That's a good little integration there. I love that. Welcome in, random guy. How you doing? Are you kung fu fighting as well? Everyone is. So, I mean, are you? That's the real question. Are you kung fu fighting as well? Even little Squavette is kung fu fighting over there. Or he will be. How you doing there, random? Hope you're having a good one today. Hope everyone's doing good today. I haven't had a chance to speak to you yet. As we approach the 2/3 mark of the month as well. It's kind of wild, isn't it? It's been nearly 3 weeks since I did that birthday stream already. Can you believe that? Nearly 3 weeks since then. Wild. What a time it's been. But yeah, potentially exciting stuff though for next weekend, of course, as I mentioned. Maybe next Sunday, perhaps. You know, keep an eye on it. Not going to specifically announce anything for it. It might just happen. So, you know, keep an eye out for next Sunday. Particularly the start of stream, is what I'm going to say. So I'd say the first 2 hours. That's probably where you want to be focusing. So, you know, just keep it in mind. Put it in the diary or on the calendar. You know how it is. Pencil it in. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad you're doing well, Random. I'm glad you're doing good. And skip all this crap. We've already done it. I need to change the text options to fast as well, if I can. There we go. Ease. Oh, hang on. Anything else I can do here? I mean, let's switch that on. We always have it on anyway, I think, but it probably won't make any difference. We've already done the cutscenes. Fine. Hey, Bol, thank you so much for the 20 streak. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. 20 streams in a row, eh? Damn. I know it would have been better than that if Twitch hadn't robbed you of your streak, which is weird, but I feel for you there. Yeah, there's a couple of you that have been robbed of streaks in here because Twitch just said no, strangely. Even though, as far as we can kind of like figure out from rolling back the clock and thinking about it, no one who actually had their streak broken actually missed a stream, so weird. Yeah, thank you so much, Bol, for the 20. And 2, how are you doing? I'm not late. You are not late. No, hang on. Whoa. You can't be late. I'm gonna have to say this again. You can't be late to stream. No one can ever be late to stream, okay? It's a choice to be here. You can't be late to something that's a choice like that, you know? It's okay. Well, you can be late to something that's a choice, but you know what I mean. I just appreciate that you guys enjoy coming in and hanging out, you know? So, thank you for being here. A huge thing for me, you know? Maybe 50 now? I don't know. I'm not raging. Gotta be something like that. I think you were on about a... Well, you must have been on a 2025 streak before, a 2025. Something like that. Like, surely. That's wild, though. The fact that you might have been up that high, though, Bol, is kind of crazy in itself. Because it was like, what, February we met you? Early February? You've been around, Bol, for almost 4 months now. That's wild. Feels like you've been here for years. In a good way, when I say that. Doesn't feel like you've been, like, hanging on. You know? Like, we can't wait to... It's not we can't wait to get rid of you. You've been around for years. But it feels like you've fitted in so well you've been around for years, you know? Missed your late 2 streams? Late 2 streams? Maybe last? I'm going to assume that must have been last. Yeah, it's okay though, too, you know? It's alright. We still have a fun time and vibe and things, you know? To be fair, actually, Wednesday, I also ended quite early. Wednesday was a bit of a clusterfuck, so I sort of ended early. Thursday was a fairly smooth sailing, though. Other than trying to figure out what we wanted to do after finishing the game, and then sort of sitting for like 10 minutes trying to figure out what to do. But once we'd done that, we were fine. Yeah. Hello, Squawkabilly's making a noise up there. Apparently they can be shiny, I've heard, but I've never seen it, so take it with a pinch of salt. I don't know how you'd really catch it at this point anyway, because I don't think you've done the catching tutorial. Nor do you have a Pokemon, so I don't think you'd even be able to catch them if it was. So it's kind of a pointless endeavor trying to get a shiny version there. Well, you know, some people do it, I guess, because they want to, and they enjoy pain. I'm glad you specified. I had to, you know, just in case. I don't want people to misinterpret what I say. But you know what I mean, though, Bol. You fit in very well around here, you know, and I'm very glad that we met you as a group, you know, and we came across you And, you know, we're very glad for you coming and hanging out with us and, you know, taking a liking to this little old corner of the internet. I mean, I've said it quite a few times, but, like, I feel like the community these days is in a much healthier place than probably it's been in the past. I know that in, like, certain points there was a couple of people in particular who had a lot of animosity for each other. Which, to be honest, 99% of it came down to just stupid bullshit drama that I had no time for. But, you know, people will be people. You know, those people don't really come around anymore. So, we don't have to deal with it, which is nice. Going to be grabbing Quaxley here, of course, as well, because he does evolve into a fighting type. But yeah, these days the community is in a much healthier place, and I think it's just in a much better place than it's ever been before, I would say. And stream in general. Oh, it's a female Quaxley. What are we going to call the... What are we going to name them after? I'll have to come up with a new one. Maybe we'll name them after drinks or something. We always do food. We could do drinks instead. Thank you for the lurk, Sasha. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good one today. Thank you so much for being here, and you enjoy your lurk, okay? Alright. Not famous fighters. That's a bit predictable, though, isn't it, Bol? I feel like. You know? I don't know. I just feel like going for drinks. That's what I'm feeling like today. Allows a bit more creativity, I find. You know? Pina colada. There you go. That's going to be our opener here. I feel like it fits with the style of young Quackavole here at the end. So we're going to go pina colada as our first. I actually don't like pina coladas as well because I don't like coconut. So there you go. Don't actually like pina coladas. While the cutscene here is playing, I won't switch screens because I know there's an ad break starting, but it's just the early cutscene, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just let it run through. Yeah. Apple juice. There you go. We have another option for later on. We got apple juice now as well. Boozy ones because they punch you in the throat. All right, Nitty, I like that idea. All right. Alcoholic beverages. That's the names we're going for then, is it? All right, we'll go for alcohol beverages. Whether that be like specifically just regular alcohols on themselves or in themselves, I suppose, or like alcohol beverages or just, you know, things where it's mixed in as an ingredient, for example. So we could have like sangria or something. Old sangria. It'll be an option. We'll just wait here though while the break happens. It's weird that it's eerily silent and there's no music at all. Little Quaxley here as well is going to be available basically until we get... actually, no, he won't even be available. It's actually increased attack. That's not bad. Part of me for half a second thought that was shiny, but I don't think it is, no. What we need to do here is Quackavole on the purple Pokemon now. So Quackavole, we've already got one, but he's not going to be available for a while. So Quaxley isn't actually going to be usable. We can't do anything with Quaxley, basically past this first fight. And thankfully, we can get our first Pokemon very early. Not only that, but our first Pokemon is going to be especially potent in the first two gyms. And again, if you were here for the first ever Monotype, you may well know who we're targeting here and who we're going to be grabbing, because it is going to be a not only exceptionally strong Pokemon. Oh, there we go. The music's come back in again now. Oh, it did for a second there. What's happening? The in-game music is broken? Very confused. In-game music actually not working anymore? I don't know. I guess not. Must just be bugged or something. That's very weird. Doing the usual thing as I do, go and grab all the crap around here, as we do. It's just potions and stuff, but it's kind of useful early on, you never know. You might get some use out of it, you know? You know how we do it at this point, maximizing these runs and things. Making sure that we squeeze every little inch of stuff that we can get out of it, so we make sure to get in there early and get as much as we can. Thank you for the hydrate there too as well. This counts as our regular hydrate break, of course. We're now 30-ish, 35 minutes into stream. We'll have a drink, you know? A nice drink early on in stream. Make sure we keep hydrated and refreshed, because we don't want to get all dehydrated and have issues like that, you know? We gotta be careful, look after ourselves. Make sure we have a nice little sip. And take care of ourselves, everybody, okay? Let's have a drink. A collective drinkers stream. I'm going to cheers the mic with my can of Tango, alright? Cheers, stream. Alright, cheers, chat. There you go. You didn't actually hear the noise of it, because my noise suppressor stops it from making, like, unnecessary noise in the background. So you didn't hear me clink my my can on the mic. But I assure you I did it. And thank you for the Noxcat cat ears as well there, too. I appreciate the redeems. Thank you for the redeems. I really do. I know I've said about this about 1 billion times on stream at this point. I really do at some point actually need to go through and make a like 100k channel point redeem of something tangible and worthwhile. I just don't know what. But one day I'll come up with one and it'll actually be good. That's kind of what it like. What's kind of like making me hesitant about it at the minute. I want to make something worth it. I don't just want to randomly throw out some like crap 100k idea. And I don't want to do something that's just like common stuff that everyone else does. I've already talked about the VIP one before, how I don't do things like that, or mod. But like I want to have a fun redeem that's kind of more interesting, you know? Is it me or is Nemona's Pokeball more pinkish? That's a potential observation there, Nitty. I'm not sure. It may just be the way the light's shining on it, of course. I don't know. I think it may just be the light currently, because it looks very sunny in game. Why is she really sorry? Oh, because she has to leave. I've never really bothered reading any of this before. Find a shiny Pokemon of the user's type. That wouldn't be worth 100k, I don't think, though, you know? That'd be worth less than 100k. I think that'd be robbery for 100k points to nick, to get a shiny. Go and find a shiny that someone requests for 100k. As long as it wasn't a legendary, anyway. I feel like maybe I'd limit it so you couldn't ask for legendary encounters, because that would be just kind of ridiculous. I mean, we heard about it the other day, didn't we, when we were playing BDSP about the trials and tribulations of trying to get shiny Regirock for 3,000 and whatever attempts, so... Use the forbidden phrase. It's not worth 100k, though, is it? For me, just to say some stupid word that I always refuse to say, and I've only ever said, like, once on stream, it's not worth 100k, is it? I don't think. I know it's only fictional. Channel points don't mean anything. It's not like it's real currency that you guys are spending for this shit. I understand. But I just feel it wouldn't feel right if I didn't offer something that felt like it was worth 100k. Because I think like a lot of the times the big redeems, like for 100k, someone offers something kind of like physical. Something that you can have, you know? Like a good example is like the cow cupcakes or something like that, you know? Well, I don't really have anything like that, so I don't know what I do. I've been trying to come up with something for ages. I just don't know what I can come up with that's worth it. There was one idea that someone had a while ago, or a few people have had over the years that I've talked to about it, where they said that I should, like, have a thing where someone redeems it for 100k, and I'll redeem, like, record a voice line of their choice. You know, within reason. I'm not going to be out there. I'm not going to be out there recording a voice line of someone who wants me to say something racist or something, you know, for example. But, like, you know, within the limits of normality, record like a voice line for someone of something. But I was like, I don't know what, like, would that actually be good? I don't know. Would people get any use out of it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I just need something, like, good for 100k. Something I like. That's what I need to find for 100k. A redeem that if I spent 100,000 channel points on, I'd be like, you know what? That's a good deal, that is. Cupcakes. Cow cupcakes, of course. The crocheted cow cupcakes, which I actually have one on my desk. That I got at Christmas time when we did our little sweets gift exchange. I had the little cow cupcake put in there. I've still got the box for it as well. It sits on my desk every day and just stares at me with this little lime green features. I love it. It's great. He just sits on my desk. Responsible for redacted? Yeah, exactly. And just be like, I've committed war crimes or something, you know? Some like serious offense. Alright, we'll go for the water gun. Cheeky bit of water gun, our favorite move in the world in all of Pokemon, water gun. Best move ever. Enemy of Moltres 82, or whatever his name was, I don't even remember. Literally, like, about 3 people in stream will actually understand what I'm talking about when I always talk about the water gun thing. Basically, we did this playthrough of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, right? This predates, like, most people here at this point. Because a lot of you are newer. Some of you will have been around for some of it, but you might not have seen the Moltres thing. But we did a playthrough of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which works. It's like a dungeon crawling, like, almost like roguelike kind of game. And in that, you have a system of recruiting Pokemon after you defeat them. You don't have to catch them, but they have an RNG chance to just ask to join your team, where you can then use them for future stuff yourself, and you can play as them, right? And our challenge that we set ourselves was to go and get every single Pokemon in the game and do, like, the living dex, basically, in Mystery Dungeon. So we had to recruit one of everything in the game, including the legends, which in that game are notoriously difficult to get. So we went and did that. And there was this one, I remember the dungeon as well. We did this one dungeon called Silver Trench, which was 100, it's 99 floors long, and then on floor 99 you fight the final boss, which is Lugia. When you defeat Lugia, he joins, and then, you know, you get another legendary, right? But it's 99 floors, and everything in there's like level 60 or something. So it's kind of like a fairly, like, late dungeon in the game. Right, 99 floors, keep in mind, takes like 2 hours, something like that, probably 2-3 hours. A regular one, other than those bloody RNG dungeons, which, you know, if you ever hear me talking about Wish Cave and Purity Forest, then those things are just my nemesis, and I hate them. Yeah, and then some guy randomly came in when I was doing it. I was using a Swampert was the starter that I chose, or Mudkip. But I'd evolved it to Swampert at that point. And I was using Water Gun as a move, because it's all like a... The floor is all like tile-based, so you have like tile-based combat. And everyone gets like, you know, their turn to do their attack or heal or whatever they're doing. And I used Water Gun because it was a move that could hit effectively like an infinite length in front of me, so I could hit like 5-6 tiles away and hit people that couldn't get anywhere near me. And this one guy came in, and he was just like, "Bray, you're a fucking noob, you're using Water Gun." And I was like, it's like, okay, my guy. It's like, I'm using it because the range. It's really good. And he got really mad about it, and he was just like... I ended up, like, having a couple of, like, deaths in there, which I ended up, you know, reviving off. And then he just constantly wanted to come back in and be like, "Oh, you keep dying because you use shitty fucking starter moves like Water Gun." And it's like, my guy, let me play the fucking game how I want to, right? Like, chill out. Why did I catch this? I was thinking we were doing a different run. What am I doing? That's not a Pokemon we were supposed to have caught. That's my bad. Let me release that immediately. It's Talonflame, isn't it? But we can't get Talonflame because we're not doing fire. I was thinking we were doing fire for a second. Get rid of Fletchling, unfortunately. This is actually a Pokemon we can get, though, in Pawmo. We can catch this Pawmo, and it has to evolve twice before we can use it. But we can at least get it. The nice thing is, it evolves at level 16, and then it's just one of those walker evolutions. We have to just walk it around, and it'll evolve, so... I see what you mean, though, Nitty. It must be the light, because that Pokeball looks kind of pink as well. It must be the light. Yeah, wanted in 4 states, exactly, you know? 50k for a Pokemon fan game. It's an interesting idea, actually. Any suggestions for the name for Pawmo here as well? It's female Pawmo as well. Electric typing. Anything interesting name-wise for alcoholic beverages for this one? What do we reckon? It is orange. Yellowy orange, kind of like... You could go like mimosa or something. Audacity of the streamer playing how he wants. Honestly, Bol, it's disgraceful, isn't it? How dare I? How dare I play the game, you know? How dare I? I've never really understood that, like, just as a mentality. Like, people who, like, hardcore, like backseating people in certain games, you know? Like, Skyrim or something like that is a really good example. Like, if I play through Skyrim, and, like, you might get that one guy who's like, oh, you should be using this build, and you should use these skills and this weapon, and you should go and do this, so you can get, like, endgame... You know, some like endgame bow already, and it's like, why don't you just play the game yourself? Why do you want me to play it the exact same way that you play it every time, my guy? Why don't you just fucking play it yourself? Like, what's the point of watching someone play it if they're going to play it the exact same way that you play it because you want them to? Like, it just doesn't make... The mentality doesn't make sense to me. Does anyone know how that makes sense? Grenadine. It is an accompaniment to, that's a B. Most alcoholic drinks. Things like a sunrise-based drink uses grenadine, of course. We'll go with grenadine. Why not? Grenadine, the Pawmo. Gonna be our first other Pokemon other than our starter. Still isn't allowed to be used, though. So we'll end up boxing it. Well, we'll box it after we catch our first actual Pokemon that we're allowed to use, because until that point, it's kind of, I feel like, unfair for us to take all of our Pokemon off our team. So we'll keep it until the point where we actually catch our first Mon, in which case then we'll take all of our Pokemon off the team. Or I can get some early XP on them by just leveling with our third Mon that we're going to get, and then go from there. So we will be able to get our first actual Pokemon, though, before the school, which is good. And then there's a bunch we can get after we go there initially, so that'll be good. Rowan Bean. Rowan Atkinson. I believe you mean there, Bevan, of course. We've talked about this before. Rowan Atkinson, who is Mr. Bean. This is a meme, though, I remember from somewhere. I don't remember what the actual thing is, but the Rowan Bean thing. How you doing, Bevan? How have you been getting on this week with your classes again? You've been getting back into the flow of it? We also dropped 44 frames already, which is strange. We haven't had many internet problems like that recently. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, someone said about... today as well. I remember Bo, he said, how about... I can't believe I forgot this. My power went out for like 2 hours earlier. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's like mid-afternoon, my power was out for like 2 hours. There's a massive power outage like around here somewhere where someone must have gone for a cable or something. Because it wasn't just houses and stuff. Like all the traffic lights and things had all switched off. So someone must have been doing some building work somewhere and like sliced straight for a cable or something, or dug into one. Because yeah, it was really annoying. Well, my power was gone for like 2 hours-ish. Hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. It's really annoying. Just woke up. Long weekend. Long weekend? Why is it a long weekend, man? Or is it you don't have to go in tomorrow? Or is there like a holiday that means you don't have to go in? That's kind of cool, though. We'll take a long weekend. Hate when that happens, especially when it's in the afternoon and I'm dying from the heat. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad at that time of the day. At least down here, anyway. It was warm, but it wasn't, like, super humid. So it was okay. And I didn't have to rely on the USB desk fan. But it was really weird. I just got my computer on. And I was like ready to, you know, get up to my usual stuff and work on some things. Think about what clips I was going to put up tomorrow and things. And right as I opened my software to do that stuff, the the whole thing shut off. And I was like, oh, maybe my PC overheated or something. Because I noticed recently I've been having a lot of issues with it being really hot. It's been running really hot the last, like, week. So I had to be kind of careful. And thought, oh, maybe it just, like, switched off. And then I turned around and saw that everything else has also not got any power on it. So, and I'd say it was down for about 2 hours-ish, which was kind of annoying. Good job it wasn't any longer, because at that point it starts getting to, like, annoying levels where you have things like fridges, which aren't working anymore. So if you keep, you know, going and getting a drink or something, especially on a hot day like today, and you go and grab cold drinks out of a fridge or anything every time you open it, you're, of course, you know, reducing the life of the fridge, basically, at that point. Before it eventually kicks back in and starts cooling down again. So it was very annoying, but thankfully it wasn't too terrible. I didn't lose anything I was working on or anything like that, which is nice. Victoria Day on Monday. I don't think I've ever heard of Victoria Day before. What is Victoria Day, Bevan? That's the end of the fighting type run. Our trainer here is drowned already. We're dead. That's it. Monotype fighting ends in death. You fall in a ravine and die. That's what happens. That's the end of the run, if you didn't know. That's how Monotype fighting ends. Just, you imagine it. It's like Pokemon Nuzlocke, but it's actually the trainer. Once we die, the run ends. We fall off a cliff and, like, hit fall damage or fall in the water and drown. That's just the end of the run. We have to restart. Can actually use Koraidon now? Technically, yes. But, Bevan, the only issue with that is we only have access to Koraidon after the game ends when we've already finished everything. So technically, no, we don't, actually. Because while we have access to use Koraidon, we won't actually be able to. Because we will get them too late into the game. And that's very sad. Because I think Koraidon would actually be quite fun to use. And, of course, we haven't had a chance to use a legendary in any run so far. Because, well, they've been banned anyway, but... yeah, actually, I suppose with that logic, he'd be banned anyway, so it wouldn't matter, but... There's a young goose in here. Gumshoes, I'm sure, will be appearing at some point during the run. Most surprising part is people doing work on a Sunday. I know, right? I don't know what it was. It must have been something, because, I mean, it isn't just going to be randomly going out, and obviously they usually put out a thing saying that they're doing regular work on the power stuff, you know? I mean, they'll put out a thing telling you that it's going to be going off, they're going to be shutting it off between, you know, X point in time and whenever. So... it must have been someone else who was doing something that went into the cable or through the cable or something. And, it must have damaged it, I'm assuming, because 2 hours to knock, like, a huge area out as well is a big old thing. So I reckon they must have severed a cable. Been a long time since I've had any real, like, big power outage like that as well. Usually it only lasts, you know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something. Or I've had internet outages and things, but never like a full-on power outage like that. Which is kind of wild. Yeah. I'm glad it's back, though, because, you know, not having power is not that great. Not the most useful thing in the world to have no power, of course. So it's certainly a good thing that it came back. Here we go. Imagine we Pokeball the Houndoom. Hands are trembling so badly you can't pull anything out of the bag, mate. Unbelievable. Can I also just say, I think I've said this before when we've done this, like, Pokemon run. It's also, I know he's, like, low on confidence and stuff as well, and he's got no, like, juice right now. But Koraidon here, he's in legendary battle form, right? He's fighting Dragon. He's fighting against a Dark type. And he's like, whoa, no, I need to run away. You're fighting against Dark types, mate. You're super effective against them. He's scared of a bunch of Hounder. I mean, come on. Look at them. They're not exactly very... they're not very intimidating, are they? Neither the emotes too. It is dog. Why scared? Exactly. It's just a puppy. It's just a big fire pup. See, like, he's got the juice to be able to do a big jump and get out of there. But, like, he ain't got the juice to go and fight him off. What's that all about? You know? Bloody Koraidon. Unbelievable he is. Useless. Now look at him. His foot's clipping through the floor. There he goes. He's having a little nap now. It's sleepy, sleepy night time for Mr. Koraidon here. See, I did think at one point about how interesting it would be to do, like, how different some of these runs would be if you did them on the alternate game. You know? Probably not in a huge amount of cases would it be that much different. Because I know in some of the cases I'll get the exclusives from other games, but it'd be kind of interesting just to see. And also I think about, like, the end game. How different would it be to do the final fight? And how different would the final fights be against the professor if it was against the dude instead, who has the future team? Because I feel like the future Pokemon generally are considered kind of weaker. So, I don't know. It would just been an interesting thought to see how much any of the runs would have changed, or my opinion of them maybe would have changed, depending on which version we did, whether we did Scarlet or Violet. But of course, we don't have the opportunity to do that because I don't have the other game. And there's kind of no point getting it either, because, you know, we played it about a billion times anyway, and it's not really going to be much use out of playing the other version at this point, so. I've also been slowly figuring out that getting some of the stuff for Pokemon Diamond is more annoying as well. Because I know there's a few Pokemon, particularly in Gen 1, that are really annoying to get. Like, Caterpie and Beedrill lines are both exclusives. So, like, I know I already have Beedrill, but Caterpie is one that we don't have. But I may be able to get around that as well by getting a Caterpie from Let's Go. Arbok is an exclusive. I think Seal and Dugong are exclusives. Worst comes to worst, I'll get an Omanyte in that game as well. There's a lot of, like, random exclusives in other games that are kind of annoying, so. Some of the other ones as well, I actually don't know if we can get. Like, Zangoose is a good example of one. I genuinely don't know if we can get a Zangoose anywhere. Because I know we can't get it in this game. I might have to get someone else to get me a Zangoose or something. Might have to just get Forks to give me one. There's a bunch of random ones. Oh, Marwile is another one. Marwile is another random one that we need. That'll be an exclusive for BDSP, but it's like a random one that you don't really just find in other games all that often because it's not super popular. So, anyway, I have a bite. Welcome in, Mirage. How are you doing, my dude? I hope you're doing good. There's some slightly better news for us in the old the Siege betting right now. When I say betting, we're not actually talking about money. Basically, there's this thing on Siege where there was on the website
I can't
you
believe
could.
what I'm seeing.
Oh, thank you so much for the 4 months. I really appreciate it. I'm alert for a bit, but just leave this here. Thank you so much, my dude. Hey, that's very kind of you, man. Thank you so much for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that very much. And I hope it's been worth your while for the subscription, you know? I appreciate that, man. And enjoy your lurk. Have a good one, mate. Yeah, me and Mirage, basically, there's this thing that happened on Siege the other day where there's an esports major going on right now, so a lot of the teams are playing. And they have this thing where you can basically earn, like, in-game rewards by correctly predicting who's going to win the games and stuff. So we've been putting up our predictions of what we thought was going to happen, and after the first couple of rounds, it's been a bit of a disaster so far. We had so many teams that we had high hopes for doing well, and they've just absolutely fumbled, and it's like, mate, come on now. Usually they can't lose a game, and now you go into like the big thing where we put our, you know, put our money on them effectively to get our free packs, and they're like, nah, mate, lost 7-0. It's like, okay. Doing well. Just run into a Waller in standard. Hey, that sounds fun. Playing on the alt account, are you as well? On old, can't remember what we called the accounts now. What the official name for it is anyway. We've been going through various different naming categories over the last few days of various different ones we've gone for. There's been some good ones in there. At one point yesterday, just because we thought it'd be funny, we decided to go with dictators from history. So for a brief period of time, I was Stalin 357. That was fun. Trying to get to level 50? You must be... What are you now? Level 20? You must be 20 or higher, surely. Oh, I did see some good news, though, mate, actually, when it came to the major, is that Furia won their second game. Although it looked like they were going to bottle it for a while against the APAC team. But thankfully, they did end up winning. Let's have a look who's playing right now. Have we got here? Anyone who's interested here for us? MAE and Bliss. Dude, Liquid lost their first game to MAE as well, which is kind of gnarly, so that's not great for us. Who's playing the other one? Into the Breach and Bleed, so none of this round are actually important for our picks, because we didn't pick any of them. I'm glad Furia are doing good, though, at least. I'm sure they'll get some crap game in the third round against someone who's actually really good as well. Dark Zero lost in their second game as well, so... At the minute, mate, it ain't looking good for us. Furious like the only hope we have of getting any points right now. Everyone else is doing badly. And then you got FaZe and Liquid are playing each other in this round as well in a bit. So we're guaranteed to lose points there. Because one of them's going to have to win and one of them's going to have to lose. And we have both of them down to get through, so... Thank you for the silent lurk, Shags. I appreciate it. Oh my god, there's a LeChonk there. Well, LeChonk's arse actually stood right there. Hope you're having a good one though, Shaggy. And enjoy your lurk with whatever it is you're up to. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for being here. Can't believe Secret beat FaZe. Me too, actually. But to be fair, I did see a bunch of people when I went in. I mean, this is Twitch chat, so take it with a pinch of salt. When I say Twitch chat like that, I mean as in... This is like a big channel, like esports Twitch chat, so take it with a pinch of salt. Most people in there just talk an utter bunch of shite, and they have no idea what they're on about. But, we'll wait for the break to go through, so I'll just sit here and ramble about R6 esports for a minute. But basically, when it comes to that, you never really listen to the Twitch chat, but apparently FaZe always seem to struggle in the first round of any event they go into, and they kind of one of those teams that warms up, you know? But at least always in the first round, they apparently usually do quite crap, and then they kind of pick it up. So hopefully, they'll start doing a bit better later on, because that's what we need. Otherwise, we're in trouble. You can get a free battle pass for next season if you get enough predictions correct as well. There's 27 points you can get. And then if you need, I think you need 14 out of 27 correct like predictions for people getting into various rounds and or winning games in order to get a free battle pass, which is quite a nice incentive. So currently I'm on, what are we on? Like 5 points? I think we're on 5 points. Although it's kind of not looking great for us because, like, if you look at some of the stuff we've picked here, we said that Talon might get a couple of points, which they have to play against someone in a loser's match in a minute. So Talon are already doing badly. BDS and SSG are playing each other, and we had both of them down to go through in the winners bracket, and both of them lost their opening game, so one of them's going to lose points as well. It's looking pretty rough so far for our predictions, I've got to be honest. We're looking pretty dodgy. Let's just hope round 3 is merciful for us and it isn't quite as bad as it looks, because right now it's not looking great. I don't know how it necessarily works in these like Swiss brackets though, because I've never really seen this before, so I don't know what round 3 will be like. I understand the way it works for round 1 and 2 is basically you play each other randomly, then, you know, the people who win a game play each other, and the people who've lost a game play each other. But I assume, presumably then you basically almost always play against someone who has the same, like, score as you. So if you're 2-0, you play against a 2-0 team. 1-0, you play against, like, a 1-0 team, and then, you know, if you've lost 2 games, you play against the other people who've lost all their games, I guess. I don't know how it works. Does anyone know how Swiss brackets work in things like this, in tournaments and stuff? I have no idea. Currently at my RPG session. Have a wonderful stream, everyone. Oh, hello. Good stuff, Shank. We've been surrounded by Psyducks here as well. There you go. Jet lag, but yeah, jet lag. But indeed, Nitty. But indeed. But yeah, so there's a chance for us to maybe get a free battle pass, which would be really cool. And the marketplace opens next season. It's a shame that you can't do like CS:GO, where you can kind of, you know, kind of profit off of skins more than you can in the Siege system. But still, we are actually catching a Ralts. Well, it depends what gender this one is. We need male Ralts. We can capture them. So we need Gallade, so we can get male Ralts now. We won't be able to evolve it until about Iono's gym, but still. There you go. So we have male Ralts turning into Gallade. What are we going to call Gallade? What are we feeling for Gallade? Alcoholic beverages / things like that. Sazerac. You were already on that, Nitty. You were, like, immediately ready for that. Didn't even, basically, you were waiting for me to ask what to name it, and you were immediately in there. Beaver Town. Mate, we'll keep Beaver Town for another one, then. Alright, we'll keep Beaver Town in consideration. Let's go and catch our first actual usable Mon, shall we, as well? That would be a good thing. Because currently none of the Pokemon we have are actually fighting types right now, so none of them can be used. At least for a while. Beaver Town, mate. Do you know, I don't know if I've ever had a Beaver Town. They make IPAs, don't they, Beaver Town? I don't think I've ever had a Beaver Town IPA. I've had Brewdog stuff, but I wasn't really the biggest fan, to be honest. Unless it's bugging you still on the BRB screen? Oh, thank you for that. I completely forgot. I completely forgot to switch screens. To be honest, I forgot I even switched the BRB screen. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Thank you for that. I'm all over the place today. This next Pokemon's name is not up for debate either. They are just being named to the thing that they need to be named. And that's just because they're a legend of the run. So legends are kind of exempt if they have something that's, you know, memorable about them enough to make them have to be called the thing that they should be called, you know? So one of our legends is going to be just down here by this pond. And it's going to be probably one of the best Pokemon we're going to get the entire run. So... Neck oil? I haven't had neck oil either. I'd say Brewdog is the only stuff I've had. I need to try some of the other ones. So I'm not the hugest fan of IPAs though, really. I like a nice ale of sorts. What I am a fan of though is Flamigo. Here we go. Female Flamigo, so the name doesn't quite make sense, but still. Nice. Now, if you know Flamigo, you know what we're going to call it already. This was from Mono Flying back in the day. Long old time ago now. Mono Flying. There was one legend who stepped up above the rest in that run and was one of the OG GOAT of a run. And that Flamigo's name was Jerry. It's the return of the legend, Jerry the Flamigo. One more time. He's come back to us for his second run. Jerry the Flamigo. What stats has he got? Well, that's not great. Increased special attack. He has Scrappy, though, which is nice. Scrappy is actually really good. He can't be intimidated, which is really good. Well, I mean, we'll take that, actually. That's not bad. Gonna lurk for a bit, making dinner? No worries, mate. Of course. Of course. You have a good little dinner-making session. I hope it goes well, whatever it is you're making. I'm sure it'll be something really good that we'll all be jealous of in about 10 minutes' time when you tell us. So, yeah. Go get some good grub, my dude. For all that. We need to get down here later, I think, as well. If I remember rightly, to the swamp. I think that's where we can get Krogunk. For now, though, we don't have to worry about that because we have Jerry. And Jerry is a legend. Yeah, if you were never here for Mono flying, you won't necessarily understand the power of Jerry. He's basically goated, though. That's what you got to remember. Jerry is not only goated just generally, but his stats are goated as well. If I remember rightly, I believe the number is 115 base special attack, physical attack. So Jerry has 115 or 120 regular, like special, like I keep saying special, regular attack at level, 6 basically. We can get him at. So you can get a Pokemon with over 100 base stats, sub-level 10. It's like Sudowoodo and Frostmoth and things like that all over again. We have these mons that are just like godly levels of powerful. And you can get them super early. So we're going to dodge... should we get the trainers? I don't know if we should. I guess we should level up Jerry a bit. Old Jezza. We're going to probably get a second Pokemon at least before the first gym. There's only 2 I can think of that we can actually get. I don't think we can get Krogunk before the first gym. Shaggy's favourite Pokemon, of course. Did the Yoda Death go off there, Shags? I don't think it did it? I don't think it went off, did it? Was it broken for you again, Shaggy? This happened the other day. I remember Maximum was saying that it in a couple of different chats it wasn't working for him. Oh, it says it played. Did I just not hear it? Did not go off. It says it played it. Alert replay sent. It made the sound in OBS. It just didn't pick it up. Let's try again. Hang on. See, I can't hear... Oh. It worked that time. Let's just see if it's what I think it is. Hang on. Let me switch it to the other setting, the mute output one, and try it again. See if it works. We'll also check if it's just this one, because we'll make sure this is working first. Right. So I can't hear it at all. So it's something to do with the sound alerts settings again, I'm guessing. This is what used to happen before when I first set up sound alerts, is there was an issue with getting it to work properly. I'll have to figure it out after stream. At least for now, you should be able to hear them. There might be an echo on them, though. Let's see.
Nice.
I can't hear them, though, which is weird. So I won't necessarily know if they've gone off unless I see the alert. So, yeah. I'm not sure why that is.
Nice.
That's weird. I don't know why it's done that, but there you go. Okay. Let's just carry on. Not a lot we can do, I suppose. I'll have to have a look at it after stream, but... We'll do some leveling on Jerry, and then we'll go for a BRB next time the break comes up, which usually is at like 33 minutes, I think. So it'll be about 18 minutes, and then we'll be up for a break. We'll go for a BRB. Yeah, Jerry is insane. I mean, as you can see there, he's got double kick. He just two-shotted the Lechonk there. Albeit it was low-level Lechonk, but he got absolutely walloped. And he has Scrappy, so there's nothing that's immune to Flamigo. There's no ghost types that can be saved from getting hit by us. He can hit with normal and fighting moves. Basically, Jerry's like crazy good. You know? So. Nitty as well, thank you for the 5-stream watch streak. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate that. The comeback story is on, Nitty. The comeback story is on. Yeah, sorry about the sound alerts being weird, everybody. I don't know what the problem is. I'll have to have a look at that after stream. It must be something to do with that Windows update, resetting all my sound sources again. I just don't know what exactly about it is broken. Because like in the properties and stuff, it all looks fine. I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably have to do something in my settings again, presumably. I don't know what, though. We'll figure it out later. I'm glad it's not doubling. Usually it does. Which is odd, so I'm not sure why it's not. I don't know why it's doing the things it's doing. It just is. It's just doing some things, you know? I think what we might do here is very, like, briefly level up Jerry here, if we even need to do that at all. And then basically go straight to the school. Realistically, Jerry's going to steamroll everyone we find, so... The temptation here is to basically just, like, rig Jerry up to just go and kill everything. Immediately run through, and then grab our first non-Jerry fighting type. Which, if I remember rightly, there's only one I can think of we can get super early, under the level cap that's legal. Which is, of course, Makuhita. I think those are the only two mons we can get, basically, before the cap. Everything else is over. So, they're the only two we can get as far as I'm aware. Also, keep an eye out for shinies, of course, because last time we were very lucky on our run, and we managed to find 3 before we even had 3 gym badges. So wouldn't that be cool if we found another one? And yes, for anyone wondering, I did preserve them. They are in Pokemon Home. They're safe. Those Pokemon are now locked away in Pokemon Home forever. We'll never see the light of day ever again. And are safe, though. You know? So there you go. It's not as bad as fate as it seems, alright? You've got a good nickname for Makuhita, do you, Nee? I can't wait to find out what your nickname for Makuhita is. I'm very much looking forward to finding out. Look at the power of Jerry. My god, he's just brutal with those stab double kicks. Look at him. You'd think he wouldn't have any power in those legs. They look like little twigs. But let me tell you, Jerry is an absolute stone-cold killer. Look him in the eye there. Look at that. He's a stone-cold assassin. If ever there's been one. Jerry basically benefits massively from what I sometimes call non-evolving syndrome when it comes to Pokemon. Non-evolving syndrome is basically a thing that you get. Herracross is a really good example of this, where there are certain Pokemon that don't evolve that you can get early in the game. But because they don't evolve, they have effectively an inflated stats pool. Because, you know, they are designed to be better because they don't get a chance to evolve and improve themselves. So Jerry is a good example of that, where just so in this case, Flamigo not evolving actually makes it incredibly powerful, because you can get it, as I say, under level 10, and it has 120 base attack. Which on the face of it, you say, no, it doesn't, it only has 20, when you look at it in the stat screen. When I refer to, like, base stats, basically that's like the... it's like a scaled up number for the Pokemon, I think, at level... you know, like, basically it's the stat distribution of how the stats are going to be distributed amongst the Pokemon. So in the case of Flamigo, Flamigo's got pretty much, like, over a quarter of its stats or so into its attack. So it's pretty much like a offensive physical monster. And to get it this early in the game means that we basically just have a Mon with Peck and Double Kick that can just wreck everything. That, in fairness, was resisted and it was a crit, which isn't great. But we'll go for the Peck here and we'll probably wipe out Gulpin on the next one. Not a shred of remorse in those eyes, exactly. But we didn't get him. He's going to sleep here, is Jerry, I think. He is, damn. Thank you, Twitch, for reminding me that I can claim whales for 2,500 channel points when I have 534,000. Oh, I love it, folks. I wonder why it's telling you, because it's not like it's been changed or anything. Usually it does that if the redeem's new or it's been changed, but none of that's been altered. That's very odd. Not sure what that's about. There you go, Jerry. Good lad. How you doing though, folks? I hope you're having a good one, my dude. It's good to see you as always. Yeah, that's a lot of whales as you could do there. Over 200. Would it be about 200 and 214? Is that gonna be as close minus rounding? 214-ish, something like that. 214, 215-ish. Oh, it was 214. There we go. We'll take that. I'll take that dub. What is it? It's 214 point something, isn't it? Obviously, I'm not going to go into that specific because, you know, I'm not a maths nerd. But no, when it comes to like mental maths or that, I mean, I just do it roughly rounded. Yeah, I got actually pretty close there. That's pretty nice. Love that Twitch was reminding me as if I just got 2,500 channel points. Was it one of those pop-ups like when you're new in someone's stream and it's like, you can redeem Hydrate for 100 channel points? Like one of those pop-ups. That's always funny. Oh, it was. Oh, Slackoff's about to get one-shot. Totally knew that off the bat and didn't use a calculator. See, that's exactly Nitty. No one can prove that you did or didn't, you know? I didn't. I'll stick my hand up and say I did not use a calculator for that. Right? It's kind of easier though because it was, you know, you can do it based on fives because it would be in 2,500. If you just double it to 5,000. Oh, we have Detect as well this early, so we get Protect for free as well at level 9 or whatever. But basically, yeah, I just did it based on 5,000 and then just worked it up and, you know, doubled the number. Doing alright though. Today's been a weird day. Today has been a strange day. I was saying earlier that I ended up having a weird situation where my power was out for like 2 hours earlier. So I actually, to be fair, it was one of those ones where it had been going on for a while, and after those long power ones, it had taken so long to come back in comparison to like a normal power cut, right? Which is say like 10, 15 minutes. You know what it's like. Normal little power outage. It's like, oh, everything's dead, and it comes back like 10 minutes later. But this one took 2 hours, and it was genuinely, even though it was, what, I finished at about 4 PM or something, it came back. I was genuinely at that point where I was like, well, I might have to start thinking about putting out a post later saying that stream might not be doing it. Like, we might not be able to do it because of the bloody internet. I was like getting ready to, you know, schedule a post if I needed one to say that we might not actually be online tonight. That's the wrong move. It was bloody annoying. Too bad there aren't more double battles in this game. Jerry a co-star, it would go crazy. To be fair, he has Scrappy though, which I think for singles is probably about as good as we can get on him. Because, I mean, he can just hit ghost types with fighting moves. Like, this man's gonna be out here close combating Gengars and stuff. It's gonna be crazy. Insane. Jerry is just a stone cold killer. That's just what it is. I'll say this. I would be genuinely surprised if Jerry doesn't solo the first gym. From what I remember from Mono Flying, Jerry, like, destroyed everything in the first gym, and I think that's going to happen here as well. Where Jerry is just going to rout everyone in the first gym, and it's going to be ridiculous. Katie's going to get her ass kicked, and then, which will be a nice bit of revenge. Brassius is going to get absolutely folded as well by Jerry. Because this Pseudo Widow, even if it uses its rock-type moves, is neutral. Because of our fighting typing. So the best he can do is hit us neutrally anyway. And obviously Jerry is just going to smash it with a big old peck or a double kick or something. And it's just going to kick the crap out of it. So pretty sure we'll get wing attack fairly soon as well. It's going to be good. Jerry's insane, basically. That's the moral of the story here. Hey, yo, 45 stream streak. Let's go, folks. Finally, a pop-up worth sharing. Let's go. Thank you very much, my dude. You guys, there's a lot of streaks going off today, isn't there? Thank you so much, everybody, for the streaks. I appreciate it very much, you know. I'm glad that you guys have built up such great streaks. It's very, very nice for the, you know, the confidence to know that maybe I'm doing something right. If you guys keep building up streaks like that, you know. It's pretty cool. Looked at my cat and she deadass said, meep moop. Meep moop. It's an interesting, interesting phrase for her to say then. A meep moop. First 2 gyms will be easy peasy. They should... I did it again. They should be. I really don't see an issue with... the first 2 gyms. Even Iono, I think, probably won't be that bad. Because, like, most of our team aren't really that good against us. That's a resist, and it still does 2/3. We'll take that. The only problem is we are weak to flying, which is an issue. That being said, thankfully we don't have to really worry about too much. I mean, Larry in the Elite Four will be annoying, but, you know, we'll have other Pokemon probably with Thunder Punch or something, or Ice Punch to deal with them. So I think we'll be okay there. Or Rock Slide, potentially, as well, from fighting types. Now she's complaining that I'm laughing. She's complaining that you're laughing. She just doesn't have a sense of humanity, that's all it is. She just has no sense of humor, your cat. She's angry. Finally decided to stop fucking around in Fallout 4 and finish the main story. Which DLC do I do first? That's actually interesting you say that, Forks. I've been trying to get all the achievements in Fallout 4 because I realized that the achievement list on PC is different. It's like a different one to the one from like Xbox PC is different to the one on a console Xbox. So I've been basically playing through the game again from scratch, and I just finished the Railroad and Institute ending achievements because I wanted to get them out of the way first so I could do Brotherhood of Steel. So I've actually just got to like the end of the main story stuff myself on that profile, and now I'm going back. Which DLC do I do first? That's an interesting question. There's a few options there. I mean, we're talking the story one, so we can get rid of like Wasteland Workshop and those kind of ones. We'll throw them out of the way because they aren't actually, you know, content DLCs. They're just crafting and what they called settlements. So we'll get that out of the way. I would say probably if you want to look at what are the 2 more fun ones to go for, I would say you're looking at Nuka World or Far Harbor, isn't it? I think it's Far Harbor. I can never remember. It's Far Harbor and then Point Lookout is the one in Fallout 3, isn't it? I think. Yeah. So I would say Far Harbor or Nuka World. I would lean towards Far Harbor, I think. So I would say go Far Harbor. And then work your way up from there into Nuka World. And then any of the other ones, kind of whatever. I mean, what is it? Automatron is okay, but it's not really like much content. It's all still in the what's it called, the Commonwealth, from what I remember. It basically just adds some extra quests and stuff, and you have the robot customization, which is cool. So that one doesn't add like a ton of stuff to do. You could do that one first in theory. I would recommend like probably Far Harbor first. You've never played Far Harbor or Nuka World? I've never actually played Nuka World. It was kind of... Nuka World I don't think had come out by the point when I kind of stopped playing Fallout 4. Far Harbor, though, is... I remember playing that one. That one's pretty good. It is kind of, as I say, it's kind of similar to like the way Point Lookout worked in Fallout 3. Kind of adds like a new area off of the ways we have to get to it by a boat. Add some story stuff. I think it's pretty well, like, highly regarded amongst the DLCs by most people as one of the better ones. So it's a good pickup, I think. Good option for it. Nuka World, I mean, presumably you know kind of the background behind it is based in, like, the Nuka-Cola theme park, basically. So it adds, like, a separate area to go into. And, there's a lot of stuff in there. I think it's a fairly decent map. There's a few collectible quests and stuff. But for the most part, Nuka World people kind of like, for the most part. But I think it also certain parts of it can be frustrating and people don't like them. But that's kind of everything though, isn't it? Yeah, any DLC. There's always parts that people like and parts that people don't like. So you always take everything with a grain of salt in it. Far Harbor is one of the best Fallout DLCs, and Nuka World was just okay at best. I think that's kind of just the general... I feel like that tends to be the way that most of the Fallout DLCs go. There's always one that's kind of like much better than the rest. Not that the rest of them are crap, but like there's always one that's a lot better than the rest of them, and then the rest of them are just kind of, they're decent, but they're not crazy, you know? They're all kind of like, yeah, it's good. But there's always that one that's way better, and I think Far Harbor in Fallout 4 is that one that's way better. Nuka World and the rest of them are decent, they're just not the same. It's the same with New Vegas, though, isn't it? Like, New Vegas, you kind of have, like... Lonesome Road is kind of like probably the best, I would say. And then you have the rest of them, most of them are kind of decent. But Lonesome Road's probably best out of all of them. And the same with Fallout 3, you've kind of got ones that people think are the best. That one's a bit more up in the air, because I feel like Fallout 3, there's a bit more division about which one's the best. I quite like Broken Steel, but I know not that many people are the biggest fan of Broken Steel. So I don't know. That did less than I thought it would. Damn. Oh yeah, Honest Hearts. That's right, I forgot the name of it for a minute though. Honest Hearts is a good shout as well. That's the one with, what's his name in Graham, innit? Joshua Graham. That's the one. In, Utah, isn't it? I can't remember where it, isn't it in the Grand Canyon? Is it the Grand Canyon or is it somewhere else?
They tried to nail the coffin shut,
Hey-o.
but you lot just won't stay
Alex
down.
Kimura,
This
welcome in.
is
Hello,
yours
hello.
now.
How are you doing? Welcome to stream, and thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Let me give you a cheeky shout out. Thank you, folks, for doing that. Welcome in. I hope you had a good one. You were playing some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I was about to say. What were you up to? I hope you had a great time. Welcome to stream. Welcome in. Oh, Jerry with an absolute clanger over here there. Beautiful stuff from the big lad. Mate, Jerry's just gone absolutely insane. Also, in typical Twitch timing, that's an absolute horrible time for a break to pop up. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. Love that for me. Yeah, welcome in. I hope you had a good time. It's very unlucky timing, isn't it? The worst part is I knew it was coming because of I said earlier that 33 minutes is when it tends to do the ad break. So yeah, I kind of knew it was coming, but it was unfortunate it happened right after the raid, you know. Although I think these days it spares you from being caught in a break when a raid happens, so that is also handy though. Thank you for the redeems, everybody. The Oof and Val with the Spinal Hydrate. Thank you very much, Val. Welcome in, Sasha, as well, officially. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, welcome in though, Calix. How you doing? How was stream? I hope it was good. What were you up to in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Shiny hunting, perhaps, or story stuff? What were you up to? We're actually right at the start of our 13th playthrough of the game right now. Doing monotype runs for one of every typing in the game. So this is run number 13, which is fighting type. Yeah, we're currently doing fighting type. And we've only just really started. We've been going for we've been going for an hour and a bit, but we've only just really started the game off again, so we're gonna be getting many fighting types today. It's gonna be good. People bagged on the Sierra Madre DLC in Fallout New Vegas, but I really loved it. It has such a good horror game vibe. I liked it as well. People kind of bag on it a bit, but I think it's good. Hope you're all doing fine. It's going pretty good, Sasha, I would say. How are you? How are you doing? Care package delivered. Thank you for the care package, Val. I appreciate it. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. If you got caught in that, I don't think the raid should have been caught in it. But if you did, then that's really unfortunate, because I'm sure Twitch changed it where you shouldn't get caught in a break anymore off a raid. I hope it didn't happen, but if it did, then apologies for that. That's just unfortunately when the scheduled break is, it happened right as the raid happened, so that's really unfortunate timing. But Good. Stream was also good. I was trying for a shiny hunt, but too late I realized that I had to complete the Pokédex first. Ooh. What are you missing in the dex? Is it a lot of things or just a couple? Oh, yeah, I was thinking, why the dex first? But you want the shiny charm. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, the shiny charm makes things a lot easier. It's well worth getting, I think, if you can. Always good to try and... this looks really sad, doesn't it? We just got Jerry on his own at the minute. But it's always good to try and get the shiny charm as early as possible if you can, you know? Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm very, very glad to hear it. And it is nice to meet you. I don't really have much of an intro for stream or anything like that, but I'm Nox. That's what most people call me. I'm a variety streamer. I play a lot of Pokemon stuff, but I do play some other stuff every once in a while. We got a Fallout New Vegas playthrough going on the minute as well. But today, as I say, we're doing a long-term challenge, as you can see here from this nice ring on the ground, all the different types. Our aim is to complete a run through the game with every single one of these 18 types that we can see down here on the floor. Using only that type, so only bug, only psychic, only flying, only ground, only poison, only fighting, which is what we're doing now. So we're on only fighting, which is run number 13 of 18. We've been doing it since September last year. It's been a long old grind. It's been really fun, though. And one thing I would say is I would challenge anyone who's a big Pokemon person to try it at some point, because I feel like it gives you a really interesting
what I'm seeing.
Team diversity dynamic. You know, you use a lot of mons that you might not necessarily use normally. And thank you so much for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Yeah. But yeah, long-term challenge is what we're doing. And we are at a early stage of this one today, where we're only just starting the game, so you know, we got plenty to do. But we have a list of Pokemon we're allowed to catch. They have to be fighting type, of course. They can be fusion types. So for the example here of Jerry, he's flying fighting, but he's still part fighting type, so he counts. There's something like 15 to 18 Pokemon we can catch. Most of them are pretty good. There's a lot of returning mons from previous runs we've done, like Jerry here. We also currently have these 3 in the boxes, but they aren't allowed to be used because we don't have Quackleval yet, we don't have Pawmo, nor do we have Gallade. So we need to keep them in the box until they evolve, but we have them though. That's the main thing. That being said though, Calyx, with not having the shiny charm, did you find any shinies? Or did you realize afterwards the shiny charm might be really helpful and you decided to give up partway through hunting to try and make it easier, you know? Inches away from a food coma. Oh. What kind of food were you eating to get yourself into a food coma there, Sasha? Yeah, shiny hunting requires patience, which I don't have, I feel like, you know. We were talking about this the other day with, I don't remember who it was. Who was talking about the Regirock? Someone was talking about shiny hunting Regirock in BDSP, and they were on, like, 3,000 attempts. And then they actually found it and apparently, accidentally ran. Who was it? Cultural Lump. That's who it was. I remember. It was Cultural. And they'd done like 3,000 and something runs to try and get Regirock in, or 3,000 resets to try and get Regirock as a shiny. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Just started replaying, so a lot of Pokemon. Okay, okay. A lot of room to go. I suppose the one thing that's... Alright, Jerry. Chill out, mate. That was a one-shot. Jerry, you're not supposed to make it look this easy, alright? We're supposed to make this look like a challenge so people go, wow, what a great Pokemon player he is. Managing to win with only one type of Pokemon. And Jerry just comes out and one-shots everything. I mean, come on now. Well, if you do exclamation mark Pokestarter there, Calyx, it'll give you a Pokemon that you can use for Pokemon community game. And then you can do the Pokecatch right after and it'll let you do it. It just won't have given you Pokeballs yet. If you do exclamation mark Pokestart in the chat, it will give you a random starter and then go from there. Eee. Red curry with fried rice. Oh boy. Your chest spin. Hey, I hope that's a good one for you. You gave up. That's alright though, you know? It's okay. It's okay. The good thing about Scarlet and Violet is you can catch Pokemon quickly, you know? So, You can get in there, get on the grind straight away, and fly up through the Pokédex. So you'll be getting up there very quickly. Railroad might be the most disappointing faction in the entire Fallout series. Yeah, you might not be wrong there, Forks. I will say, in fairness, I don't really like the Railroad in Fallout 4. They're a bit annoying. However, I do like the fact that they have an interesting quest that revolves around you being part of another faction for them in Underground Undercover, where you infiltrate the Institute as a member of the Railroad, and then at certain points of the quest, it'll be like, go feed information to the other people, you know, and tell them about the plans. And you're like, that's a cool idea, the whole like infiltration aspect of it, of infiltrate the organization. Hey, oh, you got the cutie fly, let's go. Shaylee, hello, how you doing? It's good to see you, man. How are you? You must have just woken up, I'm guessing. It's about that time. Oh my god, Jerry, stop with the one-shots. You're making this too easy, man. Jerry is just going... He's just got a point to prove. I told you he's one of the goats of one of the original flying type run. The first one we did out of 18 types. Jerry was the goat in that run. He's already getting off the frantic pace here as well. One-shotting everything left and right. It's crazy. He's a flamingo on a mission right now. How goes it, friend? It's going pretty good. Today's been a bit weird. I said earlier, we had a weird power outage for like 2 hours earlier. And it's been kind of strange. It's fairly humid and kind of hot here today. It's cooled off actually a bit now. But it's been good. It's been good generally, other than the power being out for 2 hours, which is kind of annoying, but, you know. Other than that, it wasn't disastrous. It's been good. It's been good. We're having a fun time playing so far. Got you know, some cheeky raids and things. It's been a great time. It's been a great time so far. I'm enjoying myself playing some Pokemon today. Very sleepy, and I have not. Very sleepy. You didn't. Haven't been to bed. Just got home from the launch. Wait a minute. Are you? Oh yeah, Sunday's your day off, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, hang on. I've got to try. I think Sunday's your day off, isn't it? So you... Did you finish work from the night before, go to the laundromat, and now you've got home, you're going to go to sleep? Or have you just been up the entire day? You've been up all night just anyway. It is? Okay. You start a new job tomorrow, AO. Congratulations, I suppose. Well, hopefully. Hopefully it's a good thing that you've started a new place, you know? And it's not a bad thing. Change of jobs then, Shaylee, eh? What prompted the change? You just been looking for a while, or just a sort of quick thing where you thought, you know what, I'm kind of done with the place that I'm at, I want to go somewhere else? Or was it a longer term kind of change where you were thinking about changing jobs for a little while? Been up for a little over 24 hours. You are an absolute mad lad. A long time right now. It's impressive. I'm very impressed. I've been wanting to change. Friend said a spot open at his company. Told me to send a resume. I got hired. You know, always nice having friends in high places, isn't it? Is it something similar to what you've been doing now, or is it something completely different? Or anything like that? Is it like a different... I assume it's probably a different type of job, maybe. Nah? Oh, it's the same... Well, I guess nah could mean it's the same thing and saying no to what I said, or... I'm not going to second guess it. Okay, it's completely different. Security officer to network technician, eh? Damn. Both of them are good titles, though. You know, like it's one of those jobs where it sounds like a good title, if nothing else. You know, even security officer sounds great, and then network technician. It sounds important. That's what you like in a job title, doesn't it? Where you're sitting there one day and someone's like, "We need the network technician." You know. The specialist rolls in, and then you show up on the scene, you know. Both sound better than they are, to be honest. I feel like you could say that about any job, really, couldn't you? Every title sounds better than it actually is. It's like how whenever you go to a job interview anywhere, and they say it's like really amazing, and you just know that it's never going to be as good as they say it is. Like, no matter what, don't get me wrong, some places aren't bad, but you know it's never going to be as good as they say it is, you know. security officer equals walking and looking at things or sitting and looking at cameras. It must be kind of fun to some degree watching security cameras, though, mustn't it? Like the things you see every once in a while where you just have one of those moments where you see something kind of comical. It must be kind of like at least vaguely entertaining, at least every once in a while, where you just have things like that. I'm sure most of the time it's hilariously boring, but every once in a while you must have something pretty good. Network technician equals plugging in company printers. That and, you know, telling people to switch it on and off again at the socket and checking to make sure it's actually plugged in and that's why it's not working. Etc. My brother's been working in IT for a long time now. He's worked at like 3 or 4 different companies, and the amount of people that he's had to speak to for like IT support stuff who haven't even had their PC plugged in that are asking why it isn't working, and it's like, come on now. Or it's like switched off at the wall, and it's like, come on now. There's so many things like that. Look, there's a small child's severed head on the table there on the left. It's IT experience and training and certifications. That's good though, you know. All that stuff. I mean, IT is a high demand area of expertise, of course. You know? And of course, it's, you know, I know it's not always, but generally, as an area of kind of like expertise, an area of jobs, a sector, if you will. I think that's what they refer to it as, a sector, isn't it? Those kind of sectors, that's actually, IT is quite a good one for having a lot of money in as well. So it's actually quite good for getting promoted up and earning a lot of money for yourself, which of course is effectively the kind of end game of jobs, really, isn't it? Is making a living. So it's good from that side of things as well. So getting your foot in the door there and getting some certifications and experience and stuff could actually be really, really good in the long run. So yeah, good stuff, my dude. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations on the new position, the new title, technician. So I take it now, Shayla, you're going to be doing, you're going to be helping deal with technical issues on stream from now and then. So if I ever have any issues, I'll just message you on Discord, alright? Why is my PC not working? Just like send that to you. There we go. You're a stream's technical director now. That's what you are as well. There's a new title for you. 99% of the time it's terrible or it's boring. Yeah. And then 1% of the time it's amazing. That sounds probably about right for something like that. Watched the girl zigzagging between poles in the garage, but I didn't turn fast enough on the last one. Oh, it didn't turn fast enough, ran into it and fell over. Oh. That's one of those ones where it's like, it sucks, but it's also funny. The drunk guy who drove up on our property through the grass jumped out of his car and ran away, leaving the car in drive, so it slowly crashed into one of our buildings. Oh dear. Well, did he like bail out when he was... He drove up onto the grass and then like dived out of the driver's door while moving, and then it just rolled on and hit it. Or he kind of like slowed down to a stop and then just kind of let it go while he got out and thought he'd stopped or something. That's kind of amazing. If I didn't need money, I wouldn't bother with jobs. It would be amazing, wouldn't it? Stay home and play video games all the time. It'd be the dream, really, wouldn't it? Money is both amazing and also terrible at the same time, isn't it? It's both great and awful money. Because you can't live without it. And everybody wants more of it. And there's never enough like opportunities or ways to get more of it, usually. I hate money. But also I like money at the same time, because it's good and bad, you know? It's evil, but also good. Bit of a paradox, isn't it? Bailed out of the car going 2 or 3 miles an hour. Rolled out the driver's side door. I'm envisioning this in my head. It's like, you know when people say that a good story is something where you can kind of like visualize it from your imagination? I can just imagine the picture of this right now of some guy imagining he's going like 50 miles an hour just diving out, and he turns out he's barely crawling along. Drunkenly staggering away, never to be seen again. Did no one ever... So, presumably then, someone could have, like, found that, you know, used the plates to figure out who it was who owned the car. Did anything ever happen afterwards, or is that just kind of like one of those where it's not your problem at that point, because, you know, you're not, like, you know, you're not paid to do any... Or to know anything about that stuff. Because it's not really your wheelhouse, is it? Once the police got involved, we weren't. That's kind of sad, because you sort of wonder what happened to people like that sometimes, you know? Be interesting to figure out what actually happened. Said the car was creepy as fuck. What was wrong with the car? It's like a murderer's car or something, wasn't it? It's gonna be really, really odd. Car was creepy, eh? Creepy car. It was actually a hearse that he drove into it. That's why it's creepy. There's an empty coffin in the back. Backseat was full of saws and things like that. Weird. So it was like someone had emptied a toolbox out on the back seat. That's odd. There was just random tools and saws and things. That's weird. I wonder if it was stolen. It could be. Could have been a stolen car. Missed the line above that? Wait, what did I miss? Hang on. I don't see anything that I missed. Did I miss something? Hang on. All the passenger doors' interior locks were removed? So the passengers couldn't escape once in? Oh, Jesus. He found a murderer. Someone's planning on kidnapping people in that car. I mean, maybe all the locks were just broken, but that's really eerie, though. You'd like to hope, in some, like, you know, messed up kind of way, but that was actually some person who was planning on doing something really bad. And by being drunk and accidentally crashing his car into a building, he got caught before he was able to do anything. But that is pretty... Yeah, that's pretty weird. God, I wonder what that bloke was planning on doing. That is really creepy, yeah. Murderer's car, drunk car thief, and he got yeah, probably. Got drunk. Maybe, I mean, maybe that's why he... Maybe something happened, and that's why he got super drunk and removed all the locks, because he was planning on doing something, and then never made it that far because he couldn't drive. It's not funny, really, but it's kind of a comical thing, you know, when you think that, like, the only reason that this guy maybe wasn't able to go and inflict some kind of horrific thing that he was planning on doing was because he crashed into a building and bailed out. It's such like a... It's one of those stories that's like... You can't make something like that up. That's how, like, stupid it is. You imagine that. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and find someone to kidnap, and he gets drunk and runs it off the road. It's like, Jesus Christ, mate. That's a yeah, I think that might be a murderer's vehicle then, eh? I think you might well have found someone who was up to something suspicious, to be fair. I mean, who's carrying a bunch of random tools around in their car and then there's all the locks removed? I mean, the tools could have been for, like, trying to break into places and things like that. That's weird. Yeah. It's like in the back of old Jaguars, right? In old Jaguar cars, they have like a you know how like most cars, maybe you don't know this anyway. If you do, if you're a car person, you probably know this, but if you don't, you might not know. But all cars have a toolkit inside them, usually. In cars, it'd be under the floor of the trunk, as you would call it, or we would call it the boot, in most places. Motorcycles have them as well, where they'll usually have like... It's usually a really crap toolkit, In our case, it's basically like a bunch of a bike anyway, is like a few Allen keys and a spanner or a wrench, as you would call it. Maybe a screwdriver, something like that. And they're designed basically just like to do a quick running repair if something happened, to maybe like remove a flat tire or something. If you had to put a spare on. Not in the case of a bike, because you ain't doing that on your own, because you aren't running with a spare, but you know what I mean. They might give you like basic tools to be able to do something. Yeah, in old Jaguar cars, if you look at them, half of the stuff that's in there looks like it's designed for breaking into stuff instead of actually for fixing the car. Because it's all like things you could use to like, you know, get in behind a window frame and like take the glass out of a window and stuff. It doesn't look like it should be used to fix the car at all. Looks like it should be used to perform robberies. It's really weird. The old Jaguar toolkits genuinely look like they're used to like burgle people's houses. It looks like a lockpicking set or something. It's really weird. Didn't find him. We just saw him on the cameras until we didn't. It's amazing though. That's such a funny story, but also kind of very eerie, as you say, at the same time. That's wild. Speaking of wild, it's wild that I'm gonna... That's not right. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna go have a BRB. That's what I'm gonna do. Gonna have a BRB real quick, because we're almost 2 hours into stream. I'm gonna refill my drink, because, you know, we've been talking about staying hydrated in this warm weather. So everybody, now is your official stream-enforced hydration break. If you don't drink, then I will be sending someone over to come and deal with you properly. So if you don't drink, you'll be hearing from the authorities shortly. And by that I mean I'm sending Bevan over to go and deal with you. Alright, so everyone, make sure you take a drink, look after yourselves, do your self-care stuff, have a stretch and drink, all that stuff. Anyone who's coming on the raids as well, of course, if you're still here, thank you for being here. But make sure you go have a stretch and a drink and do things like that. And all you guys are here lurking and chatting and stuff, just take care of yourselves, yeah? Sounds like a plan? Yes. You should refill my bottle. You should, Nitty. Go refill it. I'm going to go do mine right now, alright? So I'll be back in just a minute. And if I'm gone long enough, the ads, I think, will go through. They should be on about 3 minutes. So it'll be in like 5 minutes the ads will play. So we'll see. I might come back and then it'll instantly play. So we'll just stay on the screen, the BRB screen, until the ads go through. But I'll be back in just a minute, okay, chat? Let me turn up the lo-fi as well. But I'll be back in just a few moments, okay? BRB, everybody. Perfect timing for the break to start right as I get back, so I'm just going to wait for that to play through and then we'll switch over and start playing again, okay? We'll give it a few minutes and then we'll get going. Welcome back, everybody, though. If you went for a BRB, good stuff. If you didn't, then there's still time while we're doing the break, so yes. Thank you for being here, though, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out and vibing and lurking and chatting and stuff. All that stuff. Thank you for being here. Read the most hilarious thread on Twitter last night. Ayo. What kind of thread are we talking about here, Shayla? What happened? What was this thread about? "20 seconds on the break as well." Turn the music down again, actually, a second. While we're waiting for the end of the break. Mad Lad ordered McDonald's via DoorDash, a triple cheeseburger with no meat, no pickles, no onions, no sauce, no bun. So he ordered nothing. The DoorDash driver actually texted him and asked, "You just want an empty box?" Yup, that sounds good. Did he still get charged for it? Or did they kind of just go like, well, there's nothing in it, so there's nothing to... That's so odd that they even did it, to be honest. I thought they'd just say no. It's kind of wild. So the guy delivers it, and it's in a bag, and the box is a McChicken. So they had one job, which was to give him the correct box, and they managed to give him a different box. He went through all that just to get the box, and then they gave him a different box. Poor guy. I feel sorry for him, though. Unbelievable, man. They gave him the wrong box. Spent just about 20 bucks, including $10 tip to drive. 20 bucks to get the box, so they sent the wrong one. That's so sad. And they just gave him an empty box. That's wild, though, that they even did that in the first place. I'm surprised they even did it, because, I mean, I feel like some of those types of things, the people will kind of do it for the meme, you know? They'll do it for the bit, but, like, a lot of the time, I feel like with those types of things, the employee or whatever just doesn't have time for that shit, and they just are like, no. Not even going to do that. Just cancel the order. Guy was doing it just to see what would happen. I mean, it's a fair thing to try and do randomly just to see if they do it. But apparently, well, they did. So there you go. If anyone's ever looking for a box from a fast food chain that you need, for whatever reason, you can order one on DoorDash or presumably equivalent services from other places. You probably try the same thing. That's kind of wild. Thank you for the welcome backs, everybody, as well. I don't think I said that. But again, as per usual, it's customary for me to say the same thing I do every time we get into this room. There's no door handle on the door. Very annoying. Very annoying. Such an interesting thing, though. He did it just to see what would happen. I love that. The fact that you ordered nothing but the packaging and they managed to mess that up, though. Yeah, I don't know why they... Maybe they didn't specify what, like, box. Or maybe they just saw it and thought there's nothing there, so we'll just give him a box. We're not even gonna, you know. We're not even gonna... He just wants a box, so we'll just grab the first box we can find. The fact that you ordered nothing but the packaging, yeah. I read that already. What am I doing? No door handles, guess we're stuck here? Maybe the man who owned that car who took all the inside locks off, as he was the one who designed the rooms here at the school. Maybe that's what it was. The murderer was the man who designed it all. Okay, we need to get our legendary in a minute. We're getting murdered in that room. I'm not ecstatic that I'm being a murder victim. I can't imagine there are that many people who, you know, get hyped up about that sort of thing, Nitty. You know? I'm sure there's someone out there whose brain works in that way where they are incredibly excited to be murdered by someone. You know? Like, you'll hear about it sometimes with, like, some of the famous stories of things that have happened in history. Like, murders and things, where you'll hear about people who become, like, cannibals and things like that. And there'll actually be, like, people out there in the world that'll kind of want someone to do that to them. So there's probably, like, someone out there who's like, yeah, I can't wait for someone to murder me. But, yeah. I feel like the vast majority of us don't think that way. Gotta say. Not actively seeking out being the victim of a murder. So, it's a very niche area, you know. Kecleon there in chat. That's a cool one. Well, Kecleon's kind of cool, but at the same time he's a bit... Yeah, Kecleon's a weird one, isn't he? He's pretty cool, but like Kecleon's also a bit kind of weird. He's weird, but also kind of good. But also kind of crap. Kecleon's just Kecleon, isn't it? Good old Kecleon. Let's get through all this again. We're actually going to be released finally. It's taken us 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we've got just under 3 hours left. Or we can actually go and play the game. I would expect we would be minimum done with the first 2 gyms today. Based on how easy they should be for Jerry to, quite frankly, just destroy. As well as the first Titan, which should quite frankly be utter destruction from Jerry again. Because it's Cloth, and he's going to get battered by Jerry. So basically everything today should be very smooth sailing. The first Team Star member is Dark as well, including his Dark Steel type that he has. So guess what? They're weak to fighting. So fighting is going to destroy him as well. And hopefully by the point in the game when we get there to fight Atticus, who's going to have a very annoying team, of course, in the Poison type, which resists us, hopefully we'll have Lucario, in which case we'll be able to avoid him again. And have a great typing that will be immune to poison. And it'll be very good. Basically, all in all, fighting as a typing in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet actually is very competitive. If you go to gyms, it works really well in this game, pretty much. There's a normal gym. There's an ice gym. You know. There's Dark Team Star member. There's a Steel Elite 4. For example. You got some good stuff in there, and fighting has generally good coverage. Most of the Pokemon are also dual type in fighting. There aren't that many just full-on fighting types, meaning that you have almost coverage for every single time in the game. So the only problem is we'll run into is going to be Fairy, and I mean a few of the other ones that are just naturally kind of annoying. Psychic probably won't be too bad because I'd imagine we'll get someone who can Sucker Punch, but Dragon might be annoying later on, though. Although we will have Medicham, who we know has Ice Punch, so we'll figure it out. One day I'll get It's a Day in the Sun. Need it regardless, since it's based on a cold-blooded animal. I'm not sure I'm familiar, Nitty. Why is it a Day in the Sun? Or is this going to be one of those things where it's actually something I know about and I just can't think of it off the top of my head? It might be. We're going to go over here first, because we're going to go and catch one Pokemon here, and then we're going to try and backtrack all the way down to here and get our second. Then we'll go and do our usual, like, early game gubbins, which is, you know, catching certain people and that rubbish, you know. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I'm confused. I was confused for a minute, but I see what you mean. You're talking about Kecleon. Right, okay. I was like, I completely forgotten that I'd even mentioned Kecleon, so I was very confused as to what we were talking about then. And I had no idea what we were actually on about then. Oh yeah, Kecleon though, yeah. Kecleon is cool. I mean, Kecleon's concept is cool. It just is one of those Pokemon that's just not very good. And then effectively its gimmick got kind of nerfed effectively in the long run because they added Protein as an ability. Which, if anyone doesn't know, Protein is usually a hidden ability on most things. You can get it on Greninja. It's actually the hidden ability on Meowscarada as well from this game. Basically what it does is it changes you... It's kind of like Terra and Kecleon's kind of thing. It changes your type to the type of move that you use. So if I use a dark type move, I become a dark type. If I then use a bug type move, I then become a bug type, etc. So you can kind of quickly switch your type on the fly, and it can actually be used in some situations to prolong the longevity of your Pokemon via, you know, quickly and smartly switching amongst them on your typings in order to resist something and maybe then, you know, get another turn or something. It's kind of quite a useful thing. But as I say, effectively they kind of like mugged Kecleon off by doing it, because Kecleon's gimmick was that he could change types via color change. And then they just added Protein, which is kind of the same thing, but just the reverse, where instead of Kecleon's changing based on what he gets hit by, it changed based on what move they attacked with. So, if I remember correctly anyway. It just flipped it, basically. Makuhita. You said you had a name for Makuhita there, Nitty. What is your name for Mr. Makuhita as we unlock Wing Attack? Let's get rid of Pack. Fading fast, I think I'll lay down. Go lay down, Shayla, of course. You make sure you take care of yourself. When we're talking about self-care and stuff, you know. Make sure you go take care of yourself, man. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. And you have a good one, yeah? You need some sleep, so go get a good nap. Make sure you go have a good time. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, man. Mai Tai. Is that how we spell Mai Tai? I think it is. We'll go with that for now anyway. If we need to change it, we do. Mai Tai, the Makuhita. That works as a good name, actually. You have a good one, Shayla. Thank you so much for being here with us. Always a pleasure to have you in chat and to have a little chat, you know? A little catch-up. Chin wag, as some people call it. You have a good one, my dude. Sleep well. We will see you when we see you, okay? How do we get to Krogunk? Is this... Do we have to go across the... No, we have to go across that, don't we? I remember. It's actually a long way to get to Krogunk, if I remember rightly. We also got to be careful here, because Jerry's getting precariously close to the level cap already, and I don't want to overlevel him. It's only 15, so... That being said, Jerry's like the only Pokemon we've had so far, so he's had to do every fight and things. So he's been kind of the god of the run. Protein works only once when your Pokemon is on the field, and you have to switch out to activate it again. Does it? Oh, they nerfed it, didn't they? Yeah. Original Protein, I think, was different. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right, because originally it came in... If I remember rightly, and I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure Protein came in Gen 6 as an ability. And I think in Gen 6, maybe Gen 7 as well. Yeah, it worked the way I said it did, but I think you're right, Nitty, that after that, it might have even been in Gen 6 itself, they nerfed it so that you couldn't do it multiple times basically during the battle in the same phase. You had to switch out and come back in again. Which, it seems like a fair way of doing it, because then you can only change once. That being said, there are still some Pokemon that are just incredibly good with it, like Greninja. And they're just really good anyway. And they always will be, because they're just really strong mons. I should also have a look at Mai Tai here and see what he's got. What we got on here? Thick Fat. That's not terrible. He has Fake Out as well. Minus special attack, increased special defense on a Hariyama. That's not... completely awful. Fake out is actually pretty nice. Because it'll probably give us a little bit of breathing room in a couple of fights there. Oh, he's telling us about the thing. Yeah, Gen 6. I thought so. I couldn't remember exactly. There you go, Gen 6. It sounded about right. Avoid the guy like normal. Yeah, we want to be heading straight to... Uh-oh. I don't want to run into you, Stunky. Get out of it, Stunky. Level 20. Uh-oh. 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 Please, leave us alone. There we go, good. Leave young Jerry alone, lad. Done nothing to you. Evil Stunky trying to fight Jerry there. He's done nothing. Nothing wrong as Jerry. Everyone's trying to fight him. He's too good. Jerry's too much of a legend. No shinies. I'm always a bit paranoid about shinies at this point. Most shinies aren't that cool, but the ones that are worth getting, I'm always kind of paranoid about missing them. Right, I think if I remember rightly, we figured this out before. We can actually get over there, but it's a really weird jump, I feel like. Because I'm sure we've done this definitely before. The only problem is, I don't know if we're able to do it before sprint. So you may find we actually have to come back here later on, purely because we aren't able to make the jumps yet. Because we can't sprint and therefore can't get the distance. It's possible that that's the case. Because, yeah, I mean, it's a long jump from here. I know there's water underneath. We also can't swim yet. So, realistically, I don't think we can actually make it right now. We will try. There's a Pawniard, though. We will try. I just don't think we can do it, you know? It's not over because we have the high ground. In this case, it's over because we can't jump far enough. The high ground is no benefit to us here. Because I don't think we can physically get far enough without just drowning. Without a sprint jump. Although, part of me feels like maybe we were able to do it before. Thank you for the yell to death, random guy. Welcome back. Jerry has made many powerful enemies, he has. Has indeed. There's that bridge over there, though. Maybe that's how we get across there? Where is the bridge on the map? Back there. Maybe that's where we have to go. We have to find our way to the bridge. Alright, let's go here and let's try and find our way to the bridge. Maybe that's what we did before that was wrong. So we needed to go to the right from here, correct? This is where we're going. Right. It looks like we'll need to go around. We need to run from here over the top and then see if we can get through here on the right. Which I thought is where we went before. Maybe we just take a different turn and don't jump off where we did. Thank you for the self-care redeems, Nitty. So presumably we can get over here then. It's just up here. Maybe I just ran a different way. Let me have a quick sip to drink. Eyes are shutting. I did have a pretty long day today. Yeah, have a good one. I'll see you when I see you. No worries, Nitty. Of course. You go get some good sleep, my dude. Thank you for hanging out with me and hanging in there. Fighting off sleep. I appreciate it very much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night, my dude. We will see you probably on Tuesday. And you take it easy. Sleep well. And I'll see you around, okay? Have a good one, man. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you when I see you. I'll make people continue to hydrate in your honor, don't worry. You have a good one, knee. There we go, that's where we wanted to go. We just went too far over that way. We can actually cross it. The only problem is I feel like Croagunk's going to be too high level, but at least for Gym 1 anyway. Croagunk could be really good for Gym 2 because he is like massive resist on everything that Sudowoodo will have. It basically is a resist on the whole gym, so be very handy. You never know, we might also find... Oh my god, that Knackley just dived off the edge. We might find something else over here that's kind of like a random extra... Oh, there's a Mankey. Yeah, we can grab Mankey. What level are they? We're 18. It might be a little too early to get Mankey. I know we... Oh, hang on, Shroomish. Tell you what, I'll pick up Shroomish while I'm here. Mankey, I think I'm going to leave. Because I know I can get Mankey in a better spot later on. Shroomish, though, is kind of... If you remember the last run, Shroomish was notoriously annoying to find for me. Although when I did eventually find him, I got a shiny, but... not a shiny Shroomish, but I found a shiny Pawmo. Or Pawmi. I think it was Pawmi, actually, yeah. But we'll catch the Shroomish if we can. What do we want to call him? What was he named in the previous one? We also got to be careful again because of Jerry leveling up. I mean, as long as he's under level 15, he'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to go get a list of things we can use for names. Alright. What fits this Pokemon? It's a Shroomish. What fits him? We've already got, like, most of the fairly common ones. I feel like there may be better Pokemon to fit the one that I'm going to go for, but we're going to go for it. We're going to go Mojito. I'm sure there'll be something better, but I think it's a J. If I remember rightly. I believe that's how you spell it. I don't think there's any accents or anything in it, but that's what we're going with. We're sticking with it. We're going in. Mojito, the Shroomish, who is going to be boxed because he isn't allowed to fight until he's evolved, of course, because he is not a thingy Pokemon. He is not a fighting type. Breloom is, but we don't get Breloom until the early 20s. So we cannot catch him and use him yet. However, we can... That's not shiny Mankey, is it? No, he's green. We will get Mankey later on, because I know we can get him in a better spot. I think we can get him slightly lower level as well, more like in the early teens rather than the late teens. I think my screen's just changed to dark mode, that's why I thought he was a different color. I do have like night hours switched on or whatever on my PC screens, on my monitors, so it doesn't, you know, hit me with tons of blue light before I'm going to go sleep or anything. I think after like 10 p.m. or something, I have it switched on so that it transitions across to the darker screens. Always got to keep an eye out there. It does mess with me when it comes to trying to find shinies though, because you sometimes think that there's one, but it's just because of the shade difference from the screen changing. Pokemon we're looking for here is Croagunk. There's a bunch of Flamigos here as well, but we don't need them, of course, we already have them. Croagunk is what we're looking for. There's Clodsire over there. Obviously a really cool mon. We love a Clodsire. Do love a Clodsire. Tootles. I feel like there's a Croagunk over here somewhere. That's where I found one before. When we did the other mono poison, we found a Croagunk here somewhere. There's also a Pokemon Center just around the corner, so I might go and grab that just in case we accidentally have a mishap and Croagunk faints us. Might be worth grabbing this as a fast travel so we can get back here super quickly if we need to. There's also Crabrawler here on the beach, but probably too high leveled. Yeah. Makes me wonder, actually, maybe Croagunk will be too high level as well. If he is, then we'll just leave from here anyway, and it's fine. Because we've got the fast travel now. We should anyway. I keep pressing the wrong button again to open the menu. But if we do have the fast travel here, which we do, that's really good. So we'll take that. That's a good start to things, basically. Getting us a chance to come back here when we need to. But the Shroomish pickup is kind of one that was quite useful, though, regardless. We'll assess the level of the Crogunks if we find one here. And then we'll make a decision if I want to catch it now or if I want to wait. Because it may be that they are just worth getting later on. It's very possible that it will just be beneficial for us to catch one later. Again, if nothing else, but like kind of just because I don't want to accidentally, you know, power level Jerry and get him too strong. Because the gap between the first and second gyms isn't very big anyway. I don't already want to over-level him, because he's kind of our main threat anyway for Gym 1. Realistically, everything seems to be about 20 here. I think we'll come back for a Krogunk then. So I know they spawn here in the swamp. It's just a matter of finding one. But I think we'll come back here now we got the fast travel at least. We'll do this later on. All the fighting types, I think, from over here we've now grabbed. I want to say. So we'll go out to the left. We won't fight any trainers, probably. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we will. We'll figure it out as we go along. That'll be fine, I'm sure. We'll figure it out as we go along. This should be alright, I think. I don't see it being a problem. Probably. I mean, you never know. But Makuhita will be more than capable of fighting some stuff, I'm sure. And also, it's just kind of handy from the purposes of having a particular move in Fake Out. So, Makuhita having Fake Out is super useful. Might not necessarily think it, but he's particularly good for stopping certain things via the use of it. I mean, it gives us, as long as he switches in and uses it on his first turn, he basically gets guaranteed priority above all else to stop another Pokemon moving via a flinch. So, he can just stop someone from doing something. Now, of course, that is limited because he can't hit ghost types with it, because it is a normal move. But Fake Out, although it's not a huge amount of damage, is basically a move you can just use for, you know, that type of thing. For just a quick stun, stopping someone from doing something. Which on the face of it might not seem super useful, but it actually can be a lot better than it sounds. Mainly because of things like streak moves. For example, like Fury Cutter, that young Teddy Ursa is going to use against us in the first gym. It basically stops it from using it, so it can't keep building up Fury Cutter stacks if it gets Fake Outed. Because, you know, or Faked Out, I suppose is the correct terminology. But if you hit with a Fake Out, obviously it can't hit anything, because it's, you know, can't attack with Fury Cutter, and it breaks its streak, so it resets it back to 0, I believe. Therefore meaning that its power goes down significantly from what it previously had. So, very handy. We are going to dodge these trainers for now, I think. Unless I just switch in... I put Jerry in the box for now. And then run Makuhita up front only. Even then, maybe I should just run and do the gym trainers straight away and then come back if I need any extra grinding. Unless I can go up and find that Mankey, which I said about, which is possible I could get Mankey under level 15, maybe. I think it's possible. I don't know if it's probable, but I think it's definitely possible to get one under level 15. So I'm definitely going to try. It's just a question of whether we will be able to or not. Also, while we're on the start of the run here, like we usually do, I'm tempted to go and try and find leftovers up in Medali. It's a long old run. And as per usual, if we run into a shiny, we're a little bit screwed because we won't be able to catch them because they'll be like level 20 or 30 or something and we won't be able to get them. But we might well do it just because it's kind of worth it in the long run to get leftovers as quick as possible. Gives us a massive benefit early on. Very useful item. Considered one of the best in the game. Just good. Leftovers is just great, you know? Nothing wrong with leftovers. And although I've said about it before, how, you know, sometimes I feel like maybe it's not cheating, but it's considered kind of like cheesy to go and get it as early as I do. At the same time, you know, then I feel like it's just not really a problem. It's in the game. There's nothing being used to get it that isn't just something that anyone else could do. It doesn't even require any skill. It just requires you to walk up to the top of the map. So by that logic, I would say that, you know, it's not really a illegal thing or anything like that. We'll switch to the BRB screen while we wait here, and I'll put the old music on. Just because, you know, the ads are going, so we'll do that real quick. Let the break play through. Hopefully it won't be too long. It's only 2 minutes as per usual. And of course it does go towards supporting the stream. So if you can hear it right now, thank you for subscribing, because presumably
Embrace democracy, or you will be eradicated.
Thank you for the Liberty Prime, Maximum. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so if you can hear me right now, chances are you're not in the ad break and you're most likely subscribed, in which case, thank you for the subs. I do appreciate it very much. It goes massively towards supporting the stream and supporting me. Yeah, just thank you for that. You know, I appreciate it. So, if, as I say, if you can hear me, you've most likely subbed, and yeah, thanks for being here. If you're not, then there's nothing wrong with that as well. You probably just can't hear me right now. And thank you for supporting the stream for free as well. I do appreciate that as well. Yeah, no worries, Sadiola, of course. Hopefully we can provide a nice chill environment for you to vibe in. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the lurk. And you have a good one, yeah? Have a good, enjoyable time lurking away. We're just going to be playing some Pokemon and hanging out and vibing. So, yeah, have a good one. Have a good lurk. Dipping out for bed. Hope you have a good rest of stream. I will try my best, Maximum. I will try my best. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. I hope you've had a nice time hanging out while you've been here. And we will see you when we see you, okay? You take it easy, man. Have a good one. Let us continue on as well here. Let me switch screens, and we're going to get back on the grind. Pause the music. First thing we're going to do is run up here. We're going to be grabbing a... Hang on, this one... Does this one have... No, I don't think it is legal here. Low kicks isn't available in this run, is it? No, low kicks is dark bug. That's why. I also need to fill in the stuff that I've gotten. Got Pawmo, or Pawmo's evolution line. I've got Glade, I've got Breloom's and Hariyamas. And I've got Flamigo. The stuff we're missing currently is Crabominable, who we've seen, Annihilape, who we might be getting soon, Medicham, Lucario, Toxicroak, Tauros, Herracross, Phalanx, Howlucha, Passimian. That's what we're missing. Passimian may well be an exclusive, though. Because I think they're Sun and Moon Mons, and I think that it's one per game. So I get a Rangaroo. And I'm pretty sure that Passimian, so the other Gen 7 monkey, is in Violet. And so therefore I might not be able to get it. I'm pretty sure Mankey spawns up here. Which, if you look at this, these levels are a lot more my speed right now with where we are in the game. So if we can find one, that would be really nice. Also a Drifloon up here, which is cool, Mom. Maybe it's slightly higher up on the mountain. It's Capsakid, Ghastly, of course, Drifloon, bunch of Skiddos. Rockruff, we're finding everything apart from what we need. I'm sure Mankey has spawned up here before, though. And that's to say it's just slightly higher up we need to go. But I'm fairly confident that this is where I need to be. At least around this kind of area. There you go. There's a bunch of Mankey. What level are they coming in at? Clocking in at about 15. Are they all 15? They're all level 15. So we'll go for one. We'll catch him, and then he'll just be instantly ready to go. So we'll have Mankey, we'll have Makuhita, and we'll have Jerry for Gym 1, pretty much. We'll go for double kick. If we kill him, we'll just get another one. Hopefully it won't kill him. It's not very effective. Oh no, it shouldn't be not very effective, is it? It's because we're part flying. That's Skiddo in the background just spawned. I don't think he's a shiny, but we'll go for a Great Ball. He's just randomly looking down at the ground. No, he isn't. I thought I could see the color of his horns, and they looked like maybe he was a slightly shiny variant, but alas, he was not. Okay, though. Mankey. What are we calling Mankey? I feel like I have a name for Mankey. I'm gonna call him Screwdriver. Screwdriver the Mankey. Of course, to get Annihilate, we have to just, I think, use Rage Fist rather than kill things with Rage Fist a certain amount of times. Don't exactly remember. To be honest, I don't really use Annihilate all that much. So I can't say for certain. It's something along those lines, though, of like using the Pokemon or using the move X amount of times. So we will get on to that. I'll box Mankey real quick, just in case, because I don't want to accidentally over-level him. So we'll put Screwdriver down there, and then we've got Jerry and Mai Tai in the party still. Pretty sure that's about all we can get before this point of the game kind of moves on to the next phase, so we're not going to look for any more fighting types right now. I know there's a spot not super far away where I can find Riolu. I just don't know if we'll go and do it before the first... I think we might do it after the first gym. It's that same spot where I was looking for Shroomish before. I'll try and ping it on the map. It's like... over here, this kind of area. Right around here, you can find Riolu somewhere around there on the cliffs. We found him multiple times before. The only issue is he'll be maybe a level 18, so he wouldn't be usable in the first gym. He might be usable in the second. But the problem here is if I go and catch him, I'm going to have to use Jerry, and Jerry's going to get a ton of XP. And, you know, not good, because then Jerry will overlevel, and it's bad. So we're not gonna do that. If anyone's wondering where we're going right now, if you weren't here when I said, we're going to Medali to go and grab leftovers, because it's an insanely good item, and we need it, quite frankly, for the run. Because with fighting types do have one recovery option. That's about it. It's probably the only one we'll get the entire time, which will be Drain Punch. The only thing with Drain Punch is sometimes it can be a little weird as to who actually is able to learn it. I don't know if that's just a balancing thing or not, but there are some times where there is a very strange selection of Pokemon that cannot learn it. I think a good example is, if you remember when I did BDSP, as far as I'm aware, Machamp and that line can't learn it, which is very odd. You'd think that Pokemon with 4 fists would be able to use Drain Punch, but he isn't. At least from what I remember, he isn't anyway, so... It kind of leaves us in a bit of an awkward spot with some mons where we won't have any recovery options. Some of them will, though, and Drain Punch will be a good one. Does potentially mean, I think, that actually that Big Root is a usable item here in this run. Because we can use Big Root in order to boost the health gains that we get from a draining move. So if we hit someone with a big old shot from Drain Punch, we should actually be able to get good gains back, like in the return, which is nice. Yeah. It should be decent. That's the gist of it. I think we should be in a semi-decent spot. So. We'll see, I suppose. Let's just hope that it works out for the best. And of course, as I say, we're leftovers, and Drain Punch is good recovery. Some Pokemon we have might learn Protect. Or we'll have other sets that might require recovery. Good example is Hariyama. Hariyama is probably going to be very unique in that, other than maybe one other Pokemon we get in the Ice Run, which actually now I think about it isn't in the game, I don't think. At least it might be in the DLC. So Hariyama is probably going to be unique in that, compared to almost every other Pokemon we play in the entire series, basically. Because Hariyama gets access to a move called Belly Drum. Belly Drum, for anyone who isn't a Pokemon person, you might not know what it does. Cuts your HP in half, but it maxes out your attack. So in the case of someone like Hariyama, that's a big physical attacker, and Hariyama's fairly bulky. Belly Drum is kind of really good, but also, you know, puts you in a precarious spot because you lose half your HP. Now, if you have leftovers or some sort of way of recovering it, good example of something like that is people might use like leftovers or Citrus Berry, because when you drop below 50% HP or, you know, a little bit lower, your Citrus Berry might proc and then you get HP back. So it's quite handy in some cases like that. But if you don't do that and you just want passive recovery, Protect Leftovers is really good. Also with Fake Out, you know, you can do that. But of course, you got to remember with the Fake Out situation, you have to use it turn 1 when you've come out onto the field. Otherwise, you're not able to use it. And in the case of Hariyama, you can't use Fake Out after you've belly drummed. So it kind of leaves you in an awkward spot of you kind of are going to be pinned into which moves you can use. So we probably need to decide fairly early which Hariyama kind of like archetype we want to go for. And then we'll go from there and figure out what we want to do with it. But I think overall Hariyama should be a good Pokemon for us. It's one I used a lot actually in Gen 3. Back when I was playing for it for the first times ever. I actually really liked using Hariyama. You can get it really early in Dewford Cave, I think. The cave in Dewford City, or Dewford Town. It's Dewford Town, isn't it? In Dewford Town, where you go and fight Brawly, the fighting type gym leader. He actually has a Makuhita in Gen 3. A Ruby Sapphire. Yeah, you can get one really early on there. About like level... I want to say level 10 or something. And it's a really good mon. So hopefully we can use a Hariyama in this run as well. And it should be as good as ones from back then. I know it gets things like, let's say, Belly Drum. It gets access to Arm Thrust, which we already have. Fake Out. So it's pretty decent. Of course, since then, there's been a number of generations, so Hariyama may well have been buffed by new moves. May well get Drain Punch, I don't know. If it does, that'd be really nice. Drain Punch on top of a Belly Drum would be really good, because then that kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only do we get the move to give ourselves HP back, but the move to give ourselves HP back after boosting our own attack. So we boost our attack to the max, so we're at +6, and then we can just start smacking things with Drain Punch. Like, big ol' hits coming in, and we're going to be doing tons of damage, and therefore raking in a ton of HP back, so... Yeah, and we're on our way up to Medali, so I mean, there's a bit of a detour. We don't necessarily need to run and grab all these items, but it's just kind of useful too sometimes. We also might see another Pokemon we need here. We can't catch it because it's way too over-leveled for us right now. We may well see a Phalanx here, though. You sometimes can see them spawn in this area. There's one. So that's another Pokemon we will be getting later on in Phalanx there. So we'll go and deal with that when we need to get one. There's another one there. I like the little... They look like little snakes. They're little sort of strings of dudes all together. Like a little Roman Phalanx. They kind of close ranks. Walking around like a little... like one little person. Very handy though. Phalanx is... kind of one of those mons. I think it's a little slept on. I don't think it's very good, but I think it is a little slept on, and something that should be considered for the run probably. There's Tauros as well. That's another Pokemon we will need. We can get one at about Gym 2 just after, from what I remember. I feel like with these, you've got to remember that with these types of runs, I don't really look up where things spawn or anything like that beforehand. So I'm sure that there's plenty of times during these runs where I've missed stuff that we could have gotten super early. Like, I know when I've talked about Mono Dragon, I usually say about how it needs a bunch of prep. But there's a few times that people have said to me, like, oh, you can go and get a dragon here super early at, like, level 10. Which I just don't know about. So I'm very much not an encyclopedic database of info when it comes to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But... just from experience and remembering things and kind of making a little mental note about a lot of things, like the Riolu from earlier is a good example. I just kind of remember little odd things like that every once in a while. I can say, yeah, okay, well, I know I can get Riolu probably at sub-level 20, maybe. Like, in that area. Or if not, I get it at level 20 and I have one for Gym 2, so, or Gym 3. So these Pokemon I need to dodge, if I remember rightly, because these count as... Casaroya Lake Mons, so they're all about level 40 or 50. We run into one of them, it's going to clean my whole team, and chances are we can't run away either, so... we definitely don't want that. Because us getting murdered and all of our Pokemon being killed is not good. So the less we can come into contact with some of those Mons, the better. Thankfully, we don't have to run into any of them. And we have a nice kind of clean run around. There's nothing too close to the road or anything like that. So we can kind of just dodge around most things. Yeah, fighting so far has been fairly good. We haven't done a gym yet, of course, but we have had so far the dominance of Jerry that we've seen. Old Jezza, he's gone kind of crazy so far. He really has. He's gone kind of crazy. He's done a lot of damage. He's killed a number of things in one hit, and he's very much got you know, a big presence in this team, and I think he will become probably the spiritual kind of leader, if you will, of the team. He'll be the talismanic member. There's always one who's you know, the talismanic member of the team who everyone kind of like rallies around. You know, whether it's Orthworm or Clodsire and Quagsire, things like that, you know. The GOAT, effectively, of the team that everyone kind of gets behind. There always is one, and in this case, it probably will be him. There's some good mons on our team, don't get me wrong, but Jerry just kind of has that special factor about him. He's just legendary. There's leftovers, which we needed as well. So we've now finished that little mini side quest, if you will, of acquiring leftovers. If I really wanted to, I could be a, like, super, like, prepared, which I don't really want to, and I could go all the way down to Port Marinada / Marinara, depending on the day. And then I could go and grab an assault vest. It's only just down here, but I don't think I really want to bother doing that yet. I think it's a bit of a waste going to get an assault vest this early, so I think we'll be fine. I mean, like, Life Orb would be good here, Muscle Band would be good here. There's a bunch of items that would be really nice. Realistically, now I say that, maybe I'll actually fly back to the school and see if I can buy myself a Muscle Band. Because actually on Jerry, I think that would be a real killer kind of item. Giving him access to a stronger just set of physical moves across the board, I think would be very handy. So, I mean, that being said, when it comes to the team we have and the options we may well get for Pokemon, by no means do I think we're going to be struggling for power here, if you look at what we have. I mean, Hariyama's going to be useful here. We already know Jerry's going to be kind of goated. Medicham is pretty strong. Annihilape is insane. Lucario is going to be involved in this one. That's going to be a good one because we didn't use him in Steel. So there's a lot of Pokemon here that are going to have a real time to shine, and it's going to be very very difficult, I think, to pick out a team that's actually going to fit here for what we want, because there's going to be too many competitive options, which has happened a number of times. We've had a lot of teams that are intensely competitive. And I think that it's something that probably will be an issue here again. Our team will be too competitive, and it'll be difficult for us to determine who, you know, will be the one that we want to go with for whatever it is we're doing. So we'll see. I think, though, for now, probably just picking up the Muscle Band would be enough, and we can just kind of go from here. Right now, early, we obviously have limited options of what we're allowed. So it's not really too much of a problem for picking people, but right in probably the middle of the run, if not slightly further on past that point, is when we'll kind of run into the wall of having to pick people. Like we normally do in these runs. You know, who's the best one, who provides the most utility, and a lot of it will be situational and will change depending on who we're fighting at the time. But it's just important to remember that there's a lot of mons, and we don't have that many slots of stuff that can actually go and, you know, fight in certain positions. So, yeah. Let's crack on, though, shall we? We've talked long enough. It's now time for us to go and face our first challenge via the gym. Done enough chatting for one day. We'll go and do that now. Spam for all the text and stuff again, of course, because that's just what we need to do. There's no point waiting around and messing around. What? But no point messing around waiting for it. We might as well just crack on and go from there, because that's what we got to do, you know. Super potions that are all kind of irrelevant and crap. We don't need super potions. We'll be fine without them. We should be fine. No problem, you know. All right, let's talk to the guy. Yeah, it should be pretty clean and easy, this one. I don't see much of a challenge in the first gym. There's a potential chance that we get caught out, but honestly, I don't really see it. Realistically, I think Jerry's just going to blow the whole gym straight out, and it's going to be not an issue at all. But I could be wrong. You know, we might get caught by an unlucky crit or something, and everything goes completely wrong. You never know. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Let's go and do the olive roll. We'll actually fight the 2 Pokemon in the gym challenge. It's basically just going to want to get out of the way now so I can get the XP from them and then figure out how many wild Pokemon I need to fight in order to level up Makuhita. Because Jerry's going to make it to 15 pretty quickly. It's Makuhita that will take slightly longer because Arm Thrust is our only attacking move. So it's not exactly hugely powerful. It's just decent. And so it may hamper him slightly in leveling up, especially early until he gets a more powerful fighting stab. But I think we'll be okay after a little bit, you know. And then we'll kind of go on from there. Yeah. Nice. That was a bit of a lob there in the air, wasn't it? Look at that, bouncing off our head. We'll go around, as I say, we'll fight the trainers, so we won't kind of mess around going around the sides. We'll just throw it across over here. And go and beat up the trainers, because we can. The thing is, they say you can take a shortcut. It's not actually much of a shortcut. If it is really one at all. I don't think it's much of a shortcut. Hey, Pokemon community game in chat, though. Get a Surskit if you want it. Why not? Get yourself a Surskit today. I mean, it's only Surskit, so no one's probably interested, but still, it's Surskit, and you can get one if you need it for your Pokemon community game decks. God damn, Jerry. It's another one-shot from the boy. Huge shot from Jerry. Big one-shot. Deals a massive amount of damage. He's level 14. I mean... yeah. Jerry. The GOAT right now. The GOAT of fighting types, anyway. Good stuff. Now we'll go and fight the other trainer, of course. This geezer over here has a Venonat. Are we scared of it? No, because we have Jerry. And if we one-shot Cricketune, we're going to one-shot him as well. No one got the Surskit. Unfortunate. Or Pineco as well. Nobody caught Pineco or Surskit. What a shame. Oh well. It just be like that sometimes, I guess, you know? Just the way it be. Level 13 Makuhita gets Force Palm. That's actually massive. Drop Sand Attack for it for now. We might as well. I mean, keeping an attacking move in Arm Thrust is useful. You never know. Sometimes you might need it to break Sturdy or something. It's kind of unlikely, but, you know. There's always a use for something like that every once in a while. Yeah. Not too bad, I would say. I like how it pushes the olive like further back. / olive ball. Doesn't look that olive-like, though. I feel like olives are a little more round than that. That's a little too oblong, that, isn't it? The oval shape there. And also it's floating, which is kind of funny. Like it's stuck there just floating in the basket forever. It's never going to land on the ground ever again. Gravity has no bearing on this thing. It just doesn't care, you know? Gravity ain't got nothing on our little guy. That was easy though, wasn't it? Not much to the olive rolling there. Again, as I always say, I wish they kind of had a situation. That's a lot of bloody Jigglypuffs as well. Igglybuff, I just realized, looks really cursed with its red eyes. Kind of wild. But, yeah, I wish they would change up the old, things there, but they don't. The gym challenges are always the same. No one ever changes them or anything like that, so... We have Anger Point. Ooh. Seismic Toss as well is not terrible as a move. And Low Kick. Seismic Toss... increased speed as well. That's actually not bad. Seismic Toss is a move that deals the damage equivalent to the level of the Pokemon that is using it. So in our case, Mankey will deal 15 damage guaranteed. Now, that would be more useful in this case if we had like an HP calculator or something like that. We could see the HP of the Pokemon. But it's not really that much of an issue. I think actually even at level 13 and 14, I think we're going to take these two in. We're going to give it a go. Why not? We'll give it a bash, see what happens. We may as well. What have we got to lose, you know? I don't think anyone will really be too worried if we lose anyway. Which I don't suspect we will, but who knows? Let's do it, shall we? Let's see how badly this goes. I mean, how hard can it be? That's what I say. How hard can it be? And again, if it's anything like normal for me, incredibly difficult, probably. Like most things tend to be. Easy for everyone else, difficult for me. So we'll see. See if it works, shall we? If we can get old Jerry to get a sweep here going. That'd be really nice. We don't have any boosting moves, so we can't make ourselves even stronger other than the muscle band, but... Can't get our stats dropped here either. As far as I can think. Yeah, I think we're alright from stat dropping as well. I think Jerry is probably faster than Teddiursa as well. He probably needs to be. I reckon we're probably going to two-shot Teddiursa. The others... I think these are either going to be or are going to be very close to one-shots on Nimble and Tarantula, or I need them to be anyway. Wouldn't surprise me if Jerry does do it in one, though, because he kind of needs to. And he turns up when we need him, just Jerry. And there you go, there's number one. Nimble goes down to a one-shot from Jerry. The big man strikes first. Up to level 15. Levels up, grabs focus energy. We don't need it right now. But that's not bad. Tarantula about to come in. If Nimble went down, I don't see Tarantula living through this either. I think this is going to be a bit of a blowout here. Let's see how fast Jerry can go through them as he cuts down Tarantula. With another one-shot, Jerry's on a roll. Good old Jerry. Things we love to see. Jerry gone wild. Jerry wraps us up even faster as well. We won't have to worry about pausing for the break in the middle of the fight. Although, that being said, I think we might have to anyway. Because it kind of just depends on how fast he goes here. He's one-shot the first two, which is good. Will he one-shot Teddiursa? I genuinely don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I think I'm going to hedge my bets and say probably not, but I think it's a two-shot. He hasn't taken any damage. Fury Cutter can't kill. Worst case scenario is we get hit by Fury Swipes and it somehow crits us. No, it didn't even matter. Jerry's doing it in double quick time today as he one-shots Teddiursa and sends him packing. Gym number 1 is over. It's Jerry's time right now. The Jerry show has rocked up and he did not need anybody else. He just swept straight through him. Strong start to Monotype fighting as Jerry. The one Flamigo army strikes first and strikes hard and knocks Katie's team out. All on his own, he didn't even care. Lovely stuff from Jezza. Feel like within the next minute, a break is going to start as well. I haven't been notified, but just based on when I think they happen. They seem to happen at 33 and 3 minutes past. So, one should happen in just a minute. Hi, Oreo. How are you? You must be home from work now. How's it going? I hope you're doing good. Oh, yeah, there goes the break. Let me switch to the BRB screen. Hi. How are you? I actually might go and have a quick stretch in a minute. I think I might do that real quickly. I'm gonna have a quick like stretch break, and then I'll come back. Okay. I'm alright. Been home for an hour or so. Just been dealing with a headache. Oh. Well, I hope it feels better soon, or you have something to you know, help make it feel better. Hope stream's going well. I think it's okay. You know, I think it's going alright. Pokemon's going very well. So the game's going good. So I think we're surviving, you know. We're doing okay. I'm sure there's things that could be better, but we're doing pretty good. So, I hope your head feels better, though. Make sure you drink plenty of water and stuff, you know. I know you know, but I'll say it anyway. In the last minute of this break here, I'm just going to go quickly say stretch, so... I'll be back in a second, okay? I'll be quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the slightly longer than normal delay there. Let's carry on. Just had to make sure that the puppy was okay. Because he hurt himself earlier, so... Just making sure he was okay. I don't know what he's done, but he's done something to hurt himself. He's very sad. Let's pause the music. Poor guy. Yeah, it's like his back or hip or something. So that when he like stretches, whenever he stretches or anything, he keeps like letting out yelps and things. So he must have like, I think what he might have done is he's probably just, you know, him being him, he's probably just pulled a muscle or something, like either in his back or in his back leg or something like that. I'll see what he's like tomorrow, but if he needs to go and do anything, then you know, Obviously, I'll take him down somewhere and make sure he gets it looked at if he needs to. But yeah, poor little guy. You can't, like, climb up steps or anything at the minute. Nee. Oh, well. He'll be okay, though. I know he'll be alright. We also have level 18 as a cap here, so we'll go and fight Clorf immediately because there's no point waiting around. We'll go and find him, hunt him down real quick. That was not what I wanted to do. Just looking at something in the background. I was just trying to see what happened with those R6 games to see if me and Mirage have lost more points in the old predictions. Oh, Talon Talon Element 1 is 7-all at the minute. We need Talon to win that. Talon's where me and Mirage have got our points on, so we need Talon to win that game. I'm not sure where Element 1 are from. It looks like Talon are about to win, actually, anyway. That's good. Good for us. We'll take those 3 points. Nice. Okay. Enough about R6. Let's carry on with the game that we're actually doing, shall we? I don't think anyone really cares if I do R6, though, to be honest. Whether I ramble about R6 or not, I don't think anyone's really bothered. There he is. Well, let's give Makuhita a chance, shall we? Let Makuhita and see what happens. There was definitely a shiny here on the floor a second ago and then just despawned. Love that. Like a shiny thing to pick up. And it just dipped. Very sad. What can you do, though? You know? What can you do? I'm actually going to go for a slightly unorthodox thing here, which might end up working out really badly in the long run. I'm going to go for a focus energy on the first one. Because I don't know if it does it per stack or just off the force palm. Like, if each arm thrust or not. So I might try and use arm thrust and see how much that does. Goes for block, that's fine. Stops me switching out. Ooh. Okay, it does do it per shot, so they're all going to be crits. Oh no, at least 2 of them are. That's 4 hits. That's not bad. Okay. Anger Shell's scary, though. It's only a +1 increase to special... to regular attack, though, which is good. Ducklet in chat. Good old Ducklet. Anyone actually like Ducklet? I don't think there's many Ducklet fans about. Not really one of those super popular Pokemon or anything, you know. Ooh, okay. Go on. Makuhita should do enough with that. Lovely shot. And the paralysis. Just to add insult to injury, even though we don't need it, I don't think. Good stuff. We'll take it. I'll take it. Makuhita. Doing well there. Let's put Jerry in front, though. We'll get Jerry to deal with it this time. He'll be a cleaner with Jerry, I think. If anyone's wondering, though, if you weren't here for it, Gym 1 was an absolute blowout. We won. Jerry swept everything, so was not difficult at all. Jerry literally just knocked out everyone in one hit. So, I wasn't necessarily expecting everyone to get one-shotted. Particularly the Teddy Ursa, who I even said I didn't think was going to get killed by him in one hit. But Jerry said no. And he just went crazy. So, Jerry didn't care, you know? I doubted the power of Jerry, and he said, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong. And so he did. He went wild. Good old Jerry. Go for a double kick. Hopefully we outspeed. Clawfizz pretty swift, though, if you remember from Mono Rock. He's actually a fairly quick little guy. Oh, no, Jerry's faster. That's good. That does a surprisingly little amount of damage, to be fair. I thought that would do more. It is the buffed Clawf, though, in fairness. It's the slightly stronger one, so... It's not terrible. Life Dew's a waste here because we haven't taken any damage, nor his shoulder. Hopefully he goes for a water gun and deals some damage this turn, or we get a crit. That'd be nice. If not, Jerry will kill anyway in the next turn. It's just, I hope we don't activate Anger Shell. Which we did. I think it always activates when he gets below a third. Or to a third HP or something like that. Minus defense is nice, though. We do outspeed, though. Or we did. He's got a speed increase, of course, hasn't he? He's hit shoulder. I think we'll be okay here. Be interesting to see if we still outspeed. He's healed himself. We're obviously full HP still anyway, but... Yeah. Go on, Jerry. Finish him off, lad. He's blocked you. Have him. Good stuff, Jerry. Yeah, that's what we needed from Big Jerry. Huge hits coming out. Big stuff from Jerry. Lovely stuff. Monumental from Jerry as he marches on one more time. Strong stuff from the lad there. We love Jerry. What a guy. Level 16, Jerry now. Solid. I mean, so far, nothing to complain about from like the Jerry side of things. He's done really well. So, fair play. Fair play indeed. Fair play to young Jezza. We can actually get another fighting type actually before we do the next gym, I think. Requires us to get Pawmo up to Pawmo and then do the walking around. So we probably will do that in a minute. Might be able to EXP candy it. Potentially. That'd be quite useful if I could do that. We'll grab him out of the box in a minute. Because once he's evolved to Pawmo, or Pawmo, as I say, then we can evolve him straight away by just walking him around and leveling him up once. So we can get him for the next gym against Sudowoodo. And then obviously if it has Volt Absorb, it'll be really nice against Iono. We got a lot of good stuff for Iono, though. I mean, even Jerry, who's going to be weak to Electric, is going to pack a punch, so... Breloom as well, if we can get it by that point, which I don't know if we can, but we'll try. Breloom will be nice to have. Breloom's just a good mon anyway. We've already talked about how good Breloom is. You know? I talk about Breloom all the time. So. Yeah. Good old Breloom. There aren't actually that many more Pokemon we can get super early. I mean, we can get Riolu, maybe Meditite, and Krogan and Tauros. The rest of them will probably be later on in the game. They take longer for us just to get to, you know. Easy, though. Easy free win there. Arven didn't even really have to do anything. He just healed himself once, and then we got the knockout anyway with Jerry. And, you know, was there ever any doubt? We know how powerful Jerry is. We've already seen it. First Titan and his first other fight there against Katie. And he's just destroyed them. So I honestly don't think Brassius is going to be any different. I think Brassius is going to get absolutely thumped by him as well. So realistically, Big Jerry is just going to sweep and he'll be fine. He'll be really good. I don't think we can get, as I said earlier, the Krogunk under level 20. So I don't think we'll go and do that right now. But we will grab the Pawmo out of the box. I think it's 16 he evolves. So he's level 6 Grenadine right now. Mojito actually can be used for... Oh, no, he can't be used for the next gym. He could, but he's not part fighting yet. Of course. Let's use... do we have any small EXP candies? We have extra small. Why not? From 2 levels. We need to get him a few more levels, though. Cloth may give him some XP. I don't know. He's not going to need much to level up. There's also all those trainers that I left back before the previous gym, of course. If I really wanted to, I could also probably go and do the gym challenge for the next one now as well to gain the extra XP. Because Jerry's not going to have any problem dispatching of Sunflora, so... I may go and do that. Go straight to... what's the town called? I literally can't remember. Whatever the town's called. Artisan, that's it. Go to Artisan and then just go and deal with everything with Jerry. He can go and do his business by, you know, knocking out all the competition like normal. And then we'll move on from there. Or I just fight the random gym trainers. Or random, not, there aren't any gym trainers, but random trainers around, I mean. How does it feel finally using the box legend in the run? Well, I can't use it, so. No. Run can now truly end when you fight the... I suppose, yeah, that's the only time I can actually use it, isn't it? Is when he fights himself. It's the only fully legitimate run where he has to do it all himself. That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's kind of cool, though, isn't it? Alright, another one-shot for Jerry. Mate, he just doesn't care. He's dropped the hammer. What are you up to, Bevan? You doing anything fun? Doing anything good? What are you doing? I hope you're doing something good. We're just here, playing Pokemon. Vibing away. Wondering about what could have been in the other runs we've done. Playing Abiotic Factor. Never heard of it before. Crafting survival game, eh? Interesting name. What type of setting is it in for a crafting survival game? Is it like a... like futuristic-y one? A past one? Kind of just regular times? New game? Okay. Okay. Those type of games can be kind of hit or miss for me. We got 7. Like, sometimes they're good. Sometimes I just don't like them. Sometimes they just feel a bit too grindy, you know? So I don't have the best time with them. A lot of the time, those games, though, I do enjoy. But sometimes they can just be a bit too grindy for me. But that's, everyone just kind of has that sometimes with games where they just find them a little grindy or whatever. Sci-fi. Okay. Nice. Like about 85. There you go. 85 mustards. That's what we need. Should be everything we needed. Is it... So when you say brand new, what, it came out like this week or something, I'm guessing? Pretty cool, though. I don't think I've played a game like that close to its release for a long time. Most of that just kind of comes down to the fact that I don't really get any new games all that often. But still. May 2nd. It's been out like nearly 3 weeks. That's pretty cool, though. A timer. A timing box? Maybe that's to time how long it takes you to climb up the wall. Wow. Early access. Okay. I see. I know, I don't think it is a timer. I think it's just like a thing to say that there's a climbing frame there. Like a... I don't even know what to call it. Thing. There's a thing there. A plaque or something. Early access, eh? Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying a new game there, Bum. That's always nice to see. Always nice to see people enjoying new things. There's another one of those. They're like plaques or something, I think. Okay. Run back in here. Grab all the items. Even though we'll go in here later, I mean, I'll do it now just because I can. Nothing really stopping me doing it. There you go. Poison tail, I don't think we can use it anyway. Nor is there any item in here, but there will be a sunflower eventually, so... What do you mean, no? What do you mean, no, Bevan? No. Just no. That is all. Just no. No. Okay. Feels bad, man. We're getting close to the next gym here as well, which should be a bit of a blowout. I don't think we'll do Gym 3 today. Gym 3 might be too much. Because we'll have to level up to 24 on everyone, and I don't really fancy doing that today. We do have a decent chunk of time left, though. Admittedly. We'll probably just chill for a bit. Slow down, you know? No real reason to rush through everything. Should double check and make sure it is a level 18 level cap here. It's 17. Alright, Jerry has to switch out then. Which is unfortunate. I think Mai Tai will be fine fighting the Sunflowers, but we'll see. Well, I hope he'll be fine fighting the Sunflowers anyway. If he's not, then we're in trouble. He's about the right level for it, though, so... I was about to question where the Sunflowers were for a second, and I realised I hadn't actually started the minigame yet. That would have explained where they were, to be fair. Not actually doing the thing yet. Hope everyone is doing good in chat right now, though. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I hope you are doing pretty good today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. Gather some sunflora, shall we? Bob's your uncle. Doesn't necessarily make sense with what I said, Bevan, but yes. I don't have an uncle called Bob either. Unfortunately. Get that fake out spam. Fake out U-turn Makuhita. What we need. Paralysis would have been nice there. If this thing leech seeds me, it's going to be really annoying. Good thing is Ingrain doesn't get that much HP back, so... Nice, okay. That's going to get HP back from that. I think we still kill it, though, here, even with the Ingrain and the Absorb. Maybe. I think we should be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Probably. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows, honestly? Who knows if we'll ever be okay? Yes, Mega Drain as well. Oh my god. Okay, at least it'll die next turn. Fucking thing. A breath fight to end a breath kind of weak. Wow, it's not really ending it either, is it? We still got an hour and a half, but... We also got decent XP there, but Pawmo didn't really gain much. We need to get up to level 16 so we can evolve it and then go from there, but... This also should be another Sunflora. Here it is. This one wants to battle us as well. Seismic Toss on Mankey actually probably isn't a terrible idea here for damage, but... We'll just go with what we have with the little guy here for now. The Makuhita. Fake out turn 1 and then we go for the other. Force Palms again. You know. Oh, we'll go for... Actually, we'll try an Arm Thrust. Why not? Yeah, okay. That's why we probably shouldn't bother. I don't think it's done really any damage there. Well, 3 hits is okay if we can get more. Spoke too soon. Leech Seed's annoying. We're forced to switch now. We'll bring Mankey in then next turn. Otherwise we'll die to Leech Seed over time. Die to our own weapon from the previous run. We used it a huge amount in that run, and yeah, we are gonna suffer because of it now, I think. Nasty Absorb. Seismic Toss should do decent damage here, though, I hope. Not as much as I was maybe hoping for, but... Nice. I think we can kill it with another one before it kills me with Leech Seed. I don't think it can heal enough to survive another Seismic Toss. I hope it can't anyway. Maybe it will. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why? We died to Leech Seed now. Fucking Sunflora. I hate these Sunfloras at the start of the game. They're so annoying. I just wish Jerry wasn't over leveled so he could just one-shot everything. Oh. An ad break, so I'm gonna pause for a minute, everybody, okay? We'll stop for now and wait for a second. I'll go up and have a drink and have a stretch again, so I'll be back in a second, okay? Okay, let's switch back to our main screen and get going again, shall we? May as well. Crack on. So we can make a little more progress. Hopefully it'll be good. And we'll chip away at the time that we have left today. Hopefully we'll make some good progress within that time. I guess we outsped by some Flora as well, which isn't necessarily super helpful. Finally goes down there. Mankey unfortunately won't get any XP, but not a lot we can do about that because he died. Whirlwind isn't useful because we're not using hazards, nor are we really that worried about switching out or forcing switch outs. We do have 2 Sunstones though, which is kind of nice. We'll take that, but... And we have 13 revives already. This early into the game is kind of strange that we have that many. Only level 11 on Pawmo as well, so I'm definitely going to have to go level it up before we go do anything, I think. Because if I can get Pawmo and Pawmot before the gym, you're kind of goated, so I think we'll go do that. Two more Sunfloras for the pile. Yeah, we got them all in here, which is good. We're very close to being done. Good stuff. That was easy, wasn't it? Easy when your challenge for the gym is basically not battling anything, really. I mean, you have to fight the two. You can fight... Well, you don't even have to do that, do you? You can just avoid them. You don't even have to fight them all. You can just avoid doing the fights. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. Is it wild, though? I don't know. Nice. Do I want to fight Brassius yet? Well, especially not with Jerry on my team, actually, now I realise that. I want to level up a few things first. I want to get Pawmo up if I can to at least Pawmo first. And then if I can evolve it, that'd be even better. Just should have a rare candy for. So... Probably want to fly to somewhere where there's water and I can knock out water mons at low level. They're probably too low level. I don't know if there's any around here I can actually do that aren't super, super low level. Problem. Presumably we have Thunder Shock on them already. Which we do. I don't know. Down here is too high level. I know there's Tootles down here, but they're going to be probably too beefy for us. Maybe we try the river over there and see if there's any Psyducks or anything. Cortondo West. See if we find anything. I doubt we will. You never know, though. It'd be kind of cool if we did. Yeah. Be pretty cool. Head up there and head off down to the bridge. Now, there are trainers I could fight. Screw it, let's fight the trainers. Probably give us better XP. Let's have a go at them. Why not, is what I say. Why not fight the trainers? What's the worst that could happen other than... Actually, nothing really bad can happen, to be fair. Couldn't really be that bad no matter what. Oh, that didn't do much damage. I thought it would do more than that. At least we resist the pecks, so we can deal some damage back. That's going to hurt more. Damn. Glad we didn't get burned, but... We get 14, a level 14 Fleshling there. That's actually good XP. Albeit it's a weak one and we were super effective against it, yet we still didn't really thrive in that fight all too well. Kind of concerning that Pawmo's not going to be able to do that much. So we probably do want to go fight the River Mons maybe instead. Because it just looks like Pawmo's not going to be that strong. Which is fair, because it needs to evolve really before it picks up any good stats. So we'll go do that. And then go from there. Yeah. What we want. Level EU, hopefully like 13-ish. 15. That's not too bad. We should outspeed. No, we don't. He's going to kill me with confusion. Nice. Okay. Well, that's handy. Problem is I can't really switch anyone else in either. Oh, nice. We can't use Thunder Shock now anyway. He briefly turned me into a shiny there when Pawmo turned pink. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Right, so he's too weak to even fight them, which means it's either Mankey or Makuhita's got to do it. Or we just fight something else until he's slightly stronger. Try this Rockruff and see if we can get any XP out of him. Clawf is also the other option. But at least for the fighting types to fight them for now. That's annoying getting sand attacked that early. Okay, we'll take that. Nice crit. Okay. Solid. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. Almost level 12. I need to save at least one rare candy. I only have 2. Damn it. Maybe I have to fight Clawf real quick then. Let's run back and fight a Clawf, I guess. I think that'll give us better XP. And we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is the Skiddo guy, but we're not going to fight him because he's just annoying. What we want. Makuhita should have no trouble dealing with Clawf, hopefully. And then we can go from there. And we got speed dropped even though we're already slower than him in the first place. Love that. Oh, that didn't do a lot. Damn. Need a 5-hit area really to be good. It's not even half damage with 3 hits. That's actually pretty bad. It's pretty pathetic, the damage there. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty bad. Come on, Makuhita, mate. Big shots. Not bad. Okay. Up to level 12. Gives us Nuzzle at least, which is guaranteed paralysis, which is pretty handy. We'll take that. We'll take guaranteed para. The only problem is Makuhita is now leveled up, so he at least now runs the risk of over-leveling. If we have to come out and Mankey's going to have to deal with trying to level grind him for a few minutes. But I don't know what Pokemon this guy's got. If this guy's a ghost type, I'm in trouble. So I feel like he might, and I'm a little scared he will. If he does, I'm in trouble. So okay, Sunkern, that's fine. Sunkern's alright. Let's go for Seismic Toss. Yeah, that's pretty decent. This thing's weak. Like, Sunkern's super weak, so not really too worried about Sunkern. Not really too much of a problem. Solid. Look at that. Para Mankey. It's going to give us no XP, though. Onslaught will hit with a low kick, which would be good. That's actually pretty good. I didn't think we'd do that much damage-wise. I'll take that. That's not bad. We'll take it. We indeed will take it. Nice. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to just say, screw it. Let's just go fight the gym. Because, I don't know. Kind of just want to beat the gym and then go off for the night, honestly. I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, so I think I might just go immediately just try and match the gym straight away and then just wrap up, because yeah, I don't really feel a little too hot right now, so I think I might do that. I'm feeling a bit defeated right now. Yeah, beating kids the way of Pokemon. Exactly. Just go and beat up other people and nick their money. That's literally the Pokemon way. Go and beat people up and steal all their money, and then we'll be fine. Even the redeems too. I appreciate it. Even making sure that I stay hydrated and such. Yeah. Let's go and kick Brassius's ass and then wind down, shall we? Sounds like a plan to me. Stick with what we got with Muscle Band. I mean, we're banking on the fact we one-shot Lilith. What is it called? Pet Lil. That's the one. I knew there was a Lil somewhere in there. Lil something. I was going to say Lileep for a minute, though. We all know it's not Lileep. Yeah. I know this week's been pretty disappointing stream-wise, what with me already killing off one stream pretty early, but I don't know. Yeah, I think today may be another, to be honest. Nothing wrong with ending early some days. Yeah. I suppose it just feels a bit like a missed opportunity, you know? Doesn't make things disappointing. I don't know. Usually I only end if I've had a bad time. So. Or end early if I've had a bad time. These last ones, though, I think I've just kind of like... I don't know how to describe it. Like, worn myself out a little bit, you know? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, no, but... It's also probably not a great thing with how reliant on the stream I am. You know? I don't know though. I'm just talking rubbish like normal. I don't think we're going to one-shot this either. I think Sudowoodo is too bulky for us to one-shot with a wing attack. I think it's a two-shot minimum. Already know my feelings on this stuff. I do. We've talked about things many a time. And I appreciate you talking to me about things, you know? I really do. Oh, he did less than half. I actually thought Jerry might have done more than that. Getting hit by Trailblaze. Nine damage. And we're still faster. He's gonna have to use at least one more then. He hits a rock throw. Oh my god. Jerry is just a savage. I don't even know like what to say. Jerry is just such a savage, it's unreal. That's twice now that he's just walked in and soloed both the... Like, I know he's kind of the perfect type for the first couple of gyms. But, like, Jerry's been such a savage, he just doesn't care. He's just walked into the first gyms and just destroyed everybody. No one's even got close to beating him. He's taken barely any damage and one-shotted, like, the first two, and then the ace Pokemon. In Katie's case, got one-shotted, but in Brassius's here, with Sudowoodo is a bit more bulky, so... Makes you wonder what he's going to do against Iono's team. Kind of crazy. Yeah. That was a pretty solid win, though. I mean, we're off to a good start. Jerry's done well in his first two fights and things here. I'm sure he'll do well in the next couple. Bombardier actually is kind of annoying for him, to be fair. Or her in this case, because it's female Jerry, but Bombardier will be a little annoying. Giacomo, I don't think will be much of an issue, to be honest. Giacomo, I think, will be fine, and then we'll crack on from there. Wild Tootle in chat. Catch that Pokemon. Get yourself a Tootle today. Alright. Let's drop a save and wind down, I guess. As I say, I feel like this... I'm just kind of going off how I feel today. And right now feels like a good time to end, I think. Rather than go the extra hour and push it. So, yeah. Apologies for ending slightly early again today. But I think I've done all I can today. I think my my battery is empty and has run its course, so I don't think I have any more juice to give today, you know. So yeah. What do I do now? Probably not going to raid, I don't think. I think I'm probably just going to, you know, disappear off into the abyss like normal. So I don't think I'm going to raid today. Yeah. Leave stream. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate those of you that have been here and hung out for a bit. You know, whether you were here earlier on and you're not here now. Not that you'll ever hear this or, you know, hear the VOD or anything probably, but I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out and vibing and all that. And yeah, I really genuinely appreciate it. And I hope you guys know that. And yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. I don't know about clips tomorrow, quite frankly, because none of my Siege play this week was good enough to actually warrant getting any clips from. So I don't know what I'm going to post on the socials this week. If anything, clips-wise, I probably need to put something up. But I don't know what. I'll have to go dig in deep in the fucking, you know, the depths of my clips and try and find something. Other than that, stream schedule will be up tomorrow. VODs will be up like they normally are. And yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully back up and running a little better next week. And I'll be in a little bit of shape. And be able to, you know, do a better stream, I guess. And not run out of juice so quick. Also, remember, in a week's time on Sunday, we may well have that special stream as well. It's kind of up in the air. I don't know if it will happen. It's all kind of all over the place. It really depends on what happens. So I'll kind of post about it in the Discord and update there. Probably that's about the only place I'll post about it. So if you're not in there, then you won't hear about anything until the day. But yeah. Sorry, it wasn't the best today. Hey, it's okay, you know. That's on me. It's not on you guys. I'm just not, like, I don't know. I just don't have anything left in the tank, I don't think, this week. I'm just a little bit kind of bleh, you know? So, I'll be back on Tuesday, though, and hopefully I'll be a bit better. I will, tell you what, I'll play the raid music like I do sometimes. I play the raid music even though... We'll play the OG raid music even though we're not raiding, but... Yeah, OG raid music. Let's go. Bit of a throwback this is, isn't it? Been a while since we've had this music. But yeah, I ain't got any juice left, so I'm gonna go and bury my head in some pillows or something and exist for a while. I'll be back on Tuesday, though, everybody, okay? And I'll see you then. Alright. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm waving even though you can't see me. I hope you have a good one. Have a good rest of your weekends. Use them wisely. Stay hydrated and take care of yourselves. And I'll be around, okay? So I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.